Russia Today and a couple of globalist billionaires are spending on the anti-artificial intelligence, anti-data center movement in your community. So when I listen to Louise Lucas call Governor Spanberger the data center diva, and Don Scott, the Speaker of the Virginia House, Amazon Don, I'm thinking, hey, Louise, who exactly is paying your rent? Obviously, you can't steal the money from the COVID-19 rescue funds anymore, so who are you getting your money from, honey? How do you get your kicks? Because I know what I do for money.
A few years ago, my youngest son had something minor turned into something very major in a matter of hours.
It was Medishare that came through for us, and there was no hassles, there was no problem.
That's what's so wonderful about knowing that you're a part of such an incredible ministry.
Medishare is a biblical approach to healthcare where Christians share each other's medical expenses.
Medishare is a family, a group of people that stick with you through the hardest times of your life.
Medishare isn't insurance. It's a nonprofit ministry over 30 years old, and members have shared over $8 billion of each other's medical bills.
We don't have to spend so much on health insurance. You can focus on supporting other people.
Medishare is affordable.
Medishare is biblical.
Medishare is family.
Join thousands of Christians who can help you save on your health care and support your family when you need it. Call 855-SHARE-40. 855-SHARE-40. That's 855-SHARE-40.
News Talk 1560 AM, 94.1 FM, KTUI, Sullivan. It's 6 o'clock. Good morning. This is KTUI Radio, beginning a new day of broadcasting. KTUI is owned and operated by Merrimack Area Broadcasting, LLC of Sullivan, Missouri. Broadcast facilities are located at 900 Elmont Road in Sullivan. KTUI is authorized by the Federal Communications Commission to operate on an assigned frequency of 1560 kilohertz on the AM band and K231CP, an FM translator frequency of 94.1 megahertz. The assigned power for KTUI AM is 1,000 watts, and the power for the FM translator is 250 watts. We invite you to tune in daily to AM 1560 or 94.1 FM for the latest news, weather, and information. And now the U.S. Coast Guard Band with our national anthem.
Hey, good morning to you. It is a Monday morning. I'm Sam Scott. Glad to have you along with me here this morning. And looks like, well, we got a pretty nice day in store for you. There is a chance of some rain and stuff. Our weather forecast is brought to you on KTUI by the folks at Lacey Mobile Glass. They are your only local auto glass company. If you need an estimate, only thing you have to do, just call Bark Lacey. His number is 573-259-1248. So it's going to be partly sunny today. There is a 70% chance of some showers and thunderstorms mainly before noon today. High's going to be around 82, partly cloudy tonight. 30% chance of showers and thunderstorms, low around 69. Mostly sunny tomorrow. 30% chance of showers between 8 a.m. and 10 a.m. High's going to be around 89. The heat index could be as high as 100. Mostly clear tomorrow night, low around 72. Sunny skies on Wednesday, high near 91. Mostly clear on Wednesday night, 30% chance of showers and thunderstorms after 1 a.m., low around 72. And then mostly sunny on Thursday, 60% chance of showers, possibly a thunderstorm after 1 p.m., high near 89. Right now at the studios of KTUI, I'm showing 73 degrees out at Sullivan Regional Airport. They're showing 71 degrees. The sun came up at 5:41, and I can see it peeking through the trees out there. Sunset will be at 8:26 this evening. Day length of 14 hours, 45 minutes today, which is about a minute more than we had yesterday. All right, the 8th day of June, and looks like 2011. We had a record high of 97 degrees. 1978, the low high was 64. In 1930, we had a record low of 46 degrees. In 2011, we had a high low of 79. All right, there you go. 73 right now, 71 out at the airport. And let's see what we can celebrate or observe today. This is Best Friends Day. National, what is it? Oh, Betty Picnic Day. I think I looked this up last year. It's when all the people named Betty need to get together and have a picnic. This is my day. Jelly-filled Donut Day. Name your poison day. Mine's jelly-filled donuts. National Caribbean American HIV/AIDS Awareness Day. This is Thomas Paine Day. And let's see. I don't see anything listed for Thomas Paine, but it is Thomas Paine Day. Upsy Daisy Day, World Brain Tumor Day, World Oceans Day. This is the start of National Little League Baseball Week. It's also America the Beautiful Week, Bedbug Awareness Week, Healthcare Executives Appreciation Week, National Flag Football Week, National Fragrance Week, National Frozen Yogurt Week, National Headache Awareness Week, National Shampoo Week, Pet Appreciation Week, Teacher Thank You Week, and National Fishing and Boating Week. There's the stuff you can celebrate or observe today. Coming up at 9:10 this morning, expecting the North Crawford County Ambulance District Chief Jeremy Statina. I only have one birthday on my list for today, and that's Sarah Vasali. But I do have three couples that are having anniversaries today. Donna and Russell Stein celebrating 52 today. And then David and Tina Lawrence, 41. And then Ricky and Nicole Cotton are celebrating 13 today. If you have an anniversary or birthday you'd like to pass along, let me know. 468-5101. You can text me at 573-677-1001. Send me an email, news@ktui.com. All right, let's see. Have I got through everything? I think so. So it is 6 minutes past the hour of 6 o'clock. You know what? I didn't check lotteries, did I? Okay, let's go here. Let's see. What was Saturday was Powerball. Is that right? I don't think I played. I don't know. Maybe my wife did. Let's see. It doesn't matter. Nobody won. 16, 32, 55, 59, 64. The Powerball was 3. Power Play was 3 times. As I said, nobody won. Next estimated jackpot for Powerball is $225 million, and that is tonight. Cash value is $100.3 million estimated. And let's see, the Mega Millions was Friday, right? And those numbers were 13, 30, 50, 52, 66. The Mega Ball was 2. Looks like they had 2 match 5 winner tickets in the Iowa. And so the next estimated jackpot for tomorrow night's drawing, $392 million, and the cash option is $173.3 million. All right, now we're up to date. It is 8 minutes past the hour of 6 o'clock, and I've got news from Town Hall coming your way. Stay tuned here to KTUI.
Breaking news this hour from Town Hall. I'm Rich Thomason. Israel and Iran have been exchanging fire, raising fears that the tenuous ceasefire could completely unravel. The BBC's Sebastian Usher is in Israel.
We were woken by an alert here in Jerusalem. An hour later, actually, when I was on air, we had another alarm, and we did hear overhead several booms of the interceptions. So far, Iran hasn't fired a large number of missiles, but the warning that was issued by the Revolutionary Guards that they might continue for a full 7 days might be pursued. And obviously that would be a big escalation, which there's no doubt that Israel will respond to even more than we've seen so far.
Anxious to make a deal that would end the hostilities, President Trump is urging both sides to hold their fire. Israel has been striking Iranian proxy Hezbollah in Lebanon, and Iran has been firing into Israel. The NYPD holding a suspect in a series of stabbings at New York's Penn Station last night. Half dozen people injured. Security is being stepped up ahead of President Trump's planned visit to Madison Square Garden, directly above Penn Station, for tonight's Game 3 of the NBA Finals. Police in Toledo, Ohio, searching for suspects following a weekend mass shooting at a crowded street festival.
12 people were struck with bullets. That's what we have right now. 2 of them critical. We're processing the scene. We do have some evidence, and we're following up on some leads.
Toledo Deputy Police Chief Joe Hefferman. Magnitude 7.8 earthquake has rocked the southern Philippines, killing at least 19 people, more than 200 others injured. On Wall Street this morning, stock futures are mixed. The Dow futures are down 73 points. NASDAQ futures up 186. The S&P futures ahead 22. More on these stories, townhall.com.
Hey, I'm Kirk Cameron. Is health insurance eating up your budget for 2026? If you're looking for ways to better steward your finances, consider this: Christian Healthcare Ministries. It's a health insurance alternative at half the cost. Join CHM today by visiting chministries.org/wellness. While insurance companies tell you when to join, what to pay, and where to go, CHM is different. As a ministry, CHM allows you to share the burden of medical bills with other Christians. You can enroll, switch programs, or leave at any time. Christian Healthcare Ministries. It's a world of difference. CHM has 4 flexible programs. You can pick any certified doctor, surgeon, or hospital that you want for eligible care. So make the switch. Take your paycheck back from health insurance this year. Join CHM today by visiting chministries.org/wellness. That's chministries.org/wellness.
Nigeria's government orders a crackdown on a powerful terrorist group.
The Nigerian army said that it freed 360 people abducted by Boko Haram in southern Borno. That's in the northeastern part of the country. The operation, according to the Army statement, was conducted in the Mandara Mountains, which form a part of the militant group's stronghold. It resulted in the release of several people, including children, who had been abducted across different communities in Borno. The statement said 2 infants died during their prolonged captivity. Audio courtesy of the Nigerian Army. I'm Haya Panjwani.
Chinese President Xi Jinping has arrived in Pyongyang, his first visit to North Korea in 7 years. The trip is likely meant to reassert China's influence over North Korea, which in recent years has been moving closer to Russia. Xi's 2-day visit starts today. He's expected to hold a summit with North Korean leader Kim Jong-un. News and analysis, townhall.com. Could work requirements lift more public aid recipients out of poverty? As a new study takes a look at that question.
Research by Casey Mulligan, an economist with the Department of Health and Human Services, finds adding work requirements to Medicaid could lift between 1.6 and nearly 3 million people out of poverty. The study says families could see incomes rise by more than $12,000 as more recipients enter the workforce. Supporters argue work rules encourage self-sufficiency and stronger labor participation. Ken Lorman reporting.
Apple is expected to unveil new artificial intelligence features at its annual developers conference, which gets underway later today. It is the last worldwide developers conference. It will feature CEO Tim Cook before he turns over the reins of the CEO's job to John Turnus, and that in September. More on these stories, townhall.com.
MissouriNet News, I'm Matt Pilger. More heavy rain and thunderstorms are possible today and Tuesday across portions of Missouri. A flood watch is in effect Monday afternoon for most of central and southern Missouri. The watch area includes Sedalia, Columbia, Jefferson City, the Lake of the Ozarks region, Rolla, Springfield, Branson, and Joplin. A flood warning is also in effect through Tuesday afternoon on the Missouri River from eastern Jackson County to just south of Columbia. A Missouri appeals court ruled a closely watched case about doing away with the state income tax. Ashley Bird explains.
Friday evening, the Missouri Court of Appeals Western District agreed with an appeal that state lawmakers' ballot language was insufficient in explaining how the state would do away with the state income tax. The court says it needs to explain that lawmakers can make new sales taxes without constitutional restrictions. The court offered a revision, and as it stands now, the issue, known as Amendment 5, stays on the statewide ballot in August. Ashley Bird, MissouriNet.
The Missouri Department of Agriculture is responding to the detection of a New World screwworm case in a calf in Texas. The pest, which feeds on living tissue, was eradicated in the U.S. decades ago but has reappeared. U.S. Secretary of Agriculture Brooke Rollins updated Brownfield reporters about looking for screwworm flies along the Mexican border.
Mounted patrol officers are great tick riders who are mounted patrol along the border who are now trained to look for the screwworm for any animals crossing. We trained more dogs, our USDA Beagle Brigade, so we're going to have a lot more dogs. That obviously won't apply to cattle, but for companion animals and others that are coming across the border, we now have dogs trained to sniff.
This is MissouriNet.
This is your Workplace Wellbeing Minute, where healthier teams build stronger organizations. Burnout doesn't happen overnight. It builds slowly over time. Long hours, ongoing stress, and a lack of support can leave employees feeling exhausted, disconnected, and overwhelmed in ways that aren't always visible at first. Left unaddressed, burnout can affect focus, motivation, and overall well-being. But the good news is, it's preventable. Simple, consistent actions can make a meaningful difference. Encouraging regular breaks, setting realistic expectations, and promoting a healthy work-life balance all help create a more sustainable pace. Even small efforts like checking in on workloads or recognizing someone's hard work can help employees feel valued and supported. When people have the space to recharge, they're more engaged, more productive, and better equipped to do their jobs well. Preventing burnout isn't just about avoiding stress, it's about creating a workplace where people can succeed without sacrificing their well-being. Discover more ways to prevent burnout at dmh.mo.gov/wellness.
This is the Missouri Military Minute.
I'm Ashley Bird. Missouri Veterans Homes are undergoing some renovations. Here's more from Director Paul Kirchhoff of the State Veterans Commission.
Thanks to the legislature and the governor, we were able to receive some of that funding to start a lot of those really overdue renovations. That, and combined with some work by the home assistance leagues, we're able to also do other things that are beneficial to the veterans. You know, CAPE's doing the renovation of their dining room at the front of the building. They also have a brand new pavilion they're putting in. St. Louis, we're renovating 2 wings. We're expecting to finish up one of those wings in 3 or 4 months, and looking forward to bringing more veterans into the St. Louis home.
Ready for a superior banking experience? At FCNB Bank, we've been serving our neighbors for 120 years, and we're still moving forward. As a community bank, we're committed to enriching your financial journey every step of the way. With enhanced online banking, an improved mobile app, contactless debit cards, and more, FCNB gives you the power to bank smarter, faster, and on your terms, wherever life takes you. Your next chapter starts right here.
New Testament Baptist Church in Sullivan is starting a new addiction recovery ministry called Life Issues. It's a biblical approach to the 12 steps, bringing scriptural principles into personal focus and making them come alive for transformational living. Whether you struggle with addictions, food, depression, anxiety, or relationships, you'll be encouraged to see how others have found a new way of life with hope for the future through this program. Life Issues will meet weekly on Thursdays at 6:30 p.m. at New Testament Baptist Church. You're not alone. To find out more, contact New Testament Baptist Church at 573-468-3334.
A 16-year-old boy was shot and killed Saturday afternoon inside a North St. Louis convenience store. According to the St. Louis Metropolitan Police Department, officers responded shortly after 4:10 p.m. to a shooting at Yeatman Market in the 4300 block of Lee Avenue in the city's O'Fallon neighborhood. When officers arrived, they found 16-year-old Oliver Williams suffering from a gunshot wound inside the store. He was pronounced at the scene. Police initially identified the victim as an adult male, but later corrected the information and confirmed the victim was Williams. Homicide detectives have taken over the investigation. No information regarding a suspect, possible motive, or arrests have been released. There was a crash involving several vehicles early this morning on I-70 that has left one person dead. According to the St. Louis Metropolitan Police Department, a 5-vehicle crash happened about 1:30 this morning on westbound I-70 at Branch Street. Police said one person was killed, another was injured, and accident reconstruction investigators were responding. Westbound lanes of I-70 at Branch were shut down as crews were working to clear the scene. 2 people were killed yesterday in a collision involving a passenger car and a semi-truck at the junction of US 36 and Missouri Route 33. About 2 miles west of Osborne. The Missouri State Highway Patrol said the crash occurred approximately 11:53 a.m. Investigators say a northbound 2012 Peterbilt semi driven by a 44-year-old Renton, Washington man was crossing eastbound US 36 when an eastbound 2007 Saturn Aura struck the trailer. The Chillicothe woman and a 43-year-old male passenger from St. Joseph were pronounced at the scene by the DeKalb County Deputy Coroner. A 41-year-old Bernie man died early yesterday morning at 1 a.m. after a single-vehicle rollover crash on Missouri Route 25 about 2 miles south of Bernie. According to the patrol, the driver of a 2001 Ford F-150 was traveling northbound. The pickup ran off the right side of the roadway, struck a fence, overturned, and came to rest on its side. The driver, who was not wearing a seatbelt, was pronounced at the scene by the Stoddard County coroner. A 44-year-old man from Lowman died Saturday about 2 p.m. after a single-vehicle crash on Route D north of Hilltop Lane in Cole County. Troopers reported the driver of a 2005 Ford F-150 was traveling northbound. The vehicle left the roadway, struck a ditch, and then hit 2 fences. He was pronounced by a doctor at the scene. The trooper said he was not wearing a seatbelt. And a 21-year-old Washington man was killed late Friday night when the vehicle he was riding in left the roadway and struck a tree on County Farm Road north of Depping Drive in Warren County. The crash occurred approximately 11:30 p.m. According to investigators, a 22-year-old woman from Washington was driving a 2012 Kia Optima when the vehicle traveled off the left side of the roadway and struck a tree. The 21-year-old passenger was not wearing a seatbelt and was pronounced at the scene. The driver suffered moderate injuries and was transported by Warren County Ambulance to SSM St. Joseph Hospital, Lake St. Louis. A second passenger, a 24-year-old man from Wright City, suffered serious injuries and was flown by Arch Air Medical to Mercy Hospital in St. Louis. According to the Highway Patrol, 22-year-old Madison Baxter was later arrested and charged with driving while intoxicated, first-degree involuntary manslaughter, and second-degree assault in connection with the crash. She was being held at the Warren County Jail without bond. 2 drivers were injured in a head-on collision yesterday evening on Route A near Pottery Road in Franklin County. According to the Missouri State Highway Patrol, the crash occurred approximately 6:45 p.m. A 21-year-old Washington man was driving a 2020 Chevrolet Malibu.
swerved into the opposite lane to avoid a vehicle that had stopped to make a left turn onto Pottery Road. The Malibu crossed into the northbound lane and collided head-on with a 2004 Ford F-150 driven by a 64-year-old man from Union. Both drivers suffered minor injuries. They were transported by Washington EMS to Mercy Hospital in Washington. Both vehicles were totaled and towed from the scene. A two-vehicle crash at US 67 en route JJ in St. Francis County left 3 people injured Saturday afternoon, including one passenger who suffered serious injuries. The Highway Patrol said the crash happened about 2:33 p.m. Investigators say a 71-year-old man from Cadet was driving a 2016 Chevrolet 1500, failed to yield to a northbound 2025 Chevrolet Traverse driven by a 74-year-old man from DeSoto. The front of the Traverse struck the right side of the pickup. The driver from Cadet suffered minor injuries and was transported by the St. Francis County Ambulance District to Parkland Health Center South. The driver from DeSoto suffered moderate injuries and was taken by ambulance to Mercy Hospital in St. Louis. An 82-year-old passenger from DeSoto sustained serious injuries and was flown by Air Evac 8 to Mercy Hospital St. Louis for treatment. Both vehicles were totaled and towed from the scene. And a woman from Bell was injured Friday afternoon after reportedly falling asleep while driving on Highway 28 near County Road 449 in Marys County. The patrol said the crash occurred about 12:05 p.m. A 69-year-old woman from Bell was driving a 2018 Ford Escape eastbound when she fell asleep. Her vehicle traveled off the left side of the roadway, struck a tree, and overturned. She sustained minor injuries and was transported by Osage EMS to Capital Region Hospital for treatment. The SUV was totaled and towed from the scene. The Missouri Department of Corrections announced that an inmate at the Jefferson City Correctional Center died last Thursday. A release from the department states that Stanley Kanaga was pronounced dead at about 6:30 p.m. on Thursday. The 36-year-old Kanaga was serving a life sentence out of Jasper County for first-degree murder, first-degree burglary, stealing, second-degree arson, and abandonment of a corpse. He started his sentence August 30th of 2023. The department states that an autopsy will be performed. Bridge work set to begin today on the Missouri Route 8 bridge over the Merrimack River in Crawford County, southeast of St. James. Construction crews working with the Missouri Department of Transportation will rehabilitate the bridge to repair areas of soil erosion where material has washed away near the bridge substructure. Intermittent lane closures will be in place with flaggers guiding traffic through the work zone through the end of August. All work is weather permitting and schedules are subject to change. And the planned closure of the Washington County Route W bridge over Ashley Branch is scheduled to start today. Crews working with the Missouri Department of Transportation will close the bridge to all traffic beginning today. It will remain closed around the clock through the end of July. During the closure, motorists will need to use alternate routes. That is a look at your local news on a Monday. I'm Sam Scott.
It's Ben from Level 9 Heating and Cooling. If I could give homeowners one piece of advice this summer, it would be this. If your air conditioner struggled last summer, making weird noises, running constantly, or barely even keeping up with your home, don't wait until you're stuck in the middle of a breakdown. Every summer we see this happen. The hottest days arrive, the systems start failing, and suddenly everyone's calling in for service at the same time. That's why now is the perfect time to schedule a clean-and-check appointment or have the conversation about replacing an older system before it turns into an emergency. And listen, you know we're not the company that's going to show up, try to sell you the biggest, most expensive thing possible. We've never been that company, and that's never been our style. We'll give you honest recommendations, explain your options, and help you make the decision that's best for your home and your budget. Give us a call today at 636-259-COOL and let us keep your family comfortable all summer long. Level 9 Heating and Cooling, raising the standard one home at a time.
In recent funeral notices, Thomas Lee Christie of Owensville passed away Friday, May 29th at the age of 15. Visitation will be held from 4 until 8 p.m. this evening at the Gottenstrader Chapel in Owensville. Mary Catherine Kathy Pinnell of Steelville passed away Wednesday, June 3rd at the age of 96. Funeral services will be held Wednesday at 1 p.m. at the Hudson Funeral Home in Steelville. Burial will be in the Liberty Cemetery in Steelville. Visitation will be Wednesday from 11 a.m. until the time of services at 1 at the Hudson Funeral Home in Steelville. Ronald Dennis Ron Lee of Cuba passed away Tuesday, June 2nd at the age of 65. A mass of Christian burial will be held Thursday at 11 a.m. at the Holy Cross Catholic Church in Cuba. Visitation will be Thursday from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. at the Holy Cross Catholic Church in Cuba. Memorial contributions may be made to the Cuba Animal Shelter in the name of Ron Lee. All arrangements under the direction of the Hudson Funeral Home of Cuba. Nate Alexander Strange of St. Clair passed away Friday, June 5th at the age of 21. Funeral services will be Thursday at 11 a.m. at the Connection Church in St. Clair. Burial will be in the Crestview Memorial Park in St. Clair. Visitation will be Wednesday from 3 until 8 p.m. at the Russell Colonial Funeral Home, then again after 9 a.m. on Thursday at the Connection Church in St. Clair. The complete funeral announcements with all the survivors will air with our 8 o'clock expanded edition of KTUI News this morning.
Find a primary care provider. How long has that note been stuck on your to-do list? Exceptional care is available right here in our community. At Missouri Baptist Sullivan Hospital, part of BJC Healthcare, our primary care providers are easy to see, easy to trust, and ready to build relationships that last. And they're accepting new patients. Call 573-468-4186 to learn more.
This is like a puzzle. This Medicare stuff's so confusing.
The right piece for your Medicare puzzle? Strasser Senior Services. For over 20 years, Clark Strasser has been your local Medicare resource. Clark will even come to your home for a no-cost consultation. Medicare Gap, Medicare Advantage plans. As you become Medicare eligible, you need to talk to a local expert. Clark Strasser and Strasser Senior Services. Call 573-308-5255. Online at StrasserSeniorServices.com. Your local Medicare resource.
Missouri Nut Sports, I'm Bill Pollock. The Cardinals swept the Reds with a 5-3 win. Cincinnati gifted St. Louis 2 runs in the 8th inning with a couple of errors. Brian Torres hit his second homer in 11 games since being called up. With a 35-28 record, the Cardinals hold the top wild card spot in the National League. They've got the day off. The Royals held off the Twins, taking 3 out of 4 from their division rivals with a 6-5 win. Starling Marte hit a 3-run homer. Bobby Witt Jr. left the game in the 7th with a sore knee after going 0 for 4 with 3 strikeouts. The Royals have the day off. The St. Louis Battlehawks season is over, a 29-20 loss to the Louisville Kings. In the UFL semifinals at the Dome in St. Louis, Luis Perez, 249 yards, a touchdown, and an interception. And mandatory minicamp starts tomorrow for the Chiefs. Bill Pollock, Missouri Net Sports.
At the Missouri Veterans Home,
we like to say anything that a veteran did prior to moving in here, we want to figure out how they can still do it.
We want to focus on making this feel like home.
They treat me just like family, and I do like it. I'm one of the smartest moves I've made.
Start your application now at mvc.dps.mo.gov. That's mvc.dps.mo.gov. A message from the Missouri Veterans Commission.
Why be at the forefront of childhood cancer research? At St. Jude, we do it because every innovation we make is a moment we give to children with cancer everywhere. But we can't do it without you. Help St. Jude give children with cancer more moments. Moments that can last a lifetime. Learn more at stjude.org.
With Ricky Horton, I'm John Rooney, and yesterday at Busch Stadium, the Cardinals fell behind back-to-back home runs by Matt McLean and Tyler Stevenson against Michael McGreevy, but the Cardinals got back-to-back doubles from Burleson and Walker, and a 2-run homer from Brian Torres to go up 3-2. McLean tied it with a home run, but 2 errors in the 8th inning by the Reds, and the Cardinals swept the Reds, winning 5-3.
Reds pitching gave up an awful lot of walks in the game, a lot of base runners for the Cardinals. They couldn't get the big knockout blow, but they did get enough to win. Michael McGreevy made the start only 2 runs in 6 innings. His ERA still under 3.
Ryan Stanek came on to get a couple of big outs in the 8th inning and got the win and a save for Riley O'Brien.
The bullpen was really good. 1 run scored against George Soriano, but nothing but zeros after that.
The Cardinals have won 4 in a row, and they have a 35-28 record going to New York. And we're on the air at 5:15 Central tomorrow night.
Hi, this is Dale Cottrell, Chief Credit Officer at Sullivan Bank, where we are committed to being a step up in service. Our goal is to put the community back in community banking. We are incredibly grateful to be a part of the KTUI communities and strive to make them a better place for future generations. We've been here for you 129 years and plan to be here for many more. Stop by Sullivan Bank today to experience the step up in service for yourself.
It's time to slide into a deal with Seidenstrucker Nobe Partners. Right now, catch 0% financing for 84 months on a John Deere 1025R compact tractor package for as low as $269 a month. This one machine is built to do it all. Mow, move, dig, and clear with ease. Don't wait, this offer ends June 30th. Slide into a deal today at Seidenstrucker Nobe Partners, snpartners.com.
Offer valid through 6/30/2026. Some restrictions apply. See dealer for details.
A light to moderate round of direct cash cattle business and cash hogs finished the week lower. Good morning, I'm Megan Grebner with your Brownfield Livestock Market Report. There was a light to moderate round of direct cash cattle business that took place throughout the week. Live deals in the South range from $255 to $258, about $1 lower to $3 higher than the previous week's weighted averages. Dress deals for the week were at mostly $405, steady with the previous week's weighted average basis in Nebraska. At the Mitchell Livestock Market in South Dakota, the offering was mostly yearlings. Steers weighing more than 700 pounds were $7 to $9 higher. Heifers sold with a higher undertone. The USDA says most of the offering was load lots. Demand was good. Medium and large one feeder steers, 934 to 939 pounds, brought 342 to 349.50. Feeder steers, 908 to 947 pounds, brought $330 to $335. Medium and large one feeder heifers, 907 pounds, brought $312. Box beef closed mixed with fairly light demand for light offerings. Choice up 4 cents at $392.70. Select was 35 cents lower at $382.69. Estimated cattle slaughter was 100,000 head, down 5,000 on the week and down more than 2,000 on the year. Cash hogs closed lower with a light negotiated run. Demand for U.S. pork remains a primary focus. Supplies of market-ready hogs are ample, and hog weights are running well above year-ago levels, which means there's plenty of pork. Demand for U.S. pork has had some bright spots on the global market, but there are still lingering concerns about long-term strength. Domestic demand could see a bump as summer grilling season is now in full swing, and pork is a very competitive price in the retail space. Barrows and Gilts at the National Daily Direct were down $1.81 with a weighted average of 93.85. The Iowa Minnesota was 92 cents lower with a weighted average of 95.15. The Western Corn Belt down 53 cents with a weighted average of 95.50. Pork values closed sharply higher, up $3.05 at 101.18. Loins, butts, picnics, and ribs were all up sharply. And estimated hog slaughter was 473,000 head, up 1,000 on the week and up about 36,000 on the year. At the CME, live and feeder cattle were mostly higher on tight ready supplies, and lean hog futures finished the day lower on fund and technical selling. I'm Megan Grebner, Brownfield Ag News.
Whether you have a farm or a garden, correct timing matters. Hi, I'm Jody Henke. Instead of using a calendar, manage planting and pest control with Growing Degree Days as you're living the country life.
Living the Country Life. Ideas and inspiration for your place in the country. You can find more information on today's topic and from previous shows by visiting us online at livingthecountrylife.com. We'll return to the show after these messages.
Whenever you're online, Living the Country Life is there too. Like us on Facebook and exchange tips and ideas with people who share your love for the country way of life. Follow us on Twitter at Small Farming for timely news and information. You can also find us on Instagram and Pinterest. See the latest inspired shot from our readers or add a garden tip to your boards. Living the Country Life has all the ideas for your home acreage. Visit us online at livingthecountrylife.com and find us on social media.
If you're looking for new ideas for what to do around your place in the country, register for the Living the Country Life newsletter. Once a week, you'll receive helpful tips in your inbox on a wide variety of seasonal and timely topics, along with so much more. Living the Country Life is for all those people who love to live in the country. Sign up for your free newsletter today by visiting livingthecountrylife.com.
I followed the calendar to plant my vegetables this year, but I'm not sure if my timing was right. I should try using growing degree days. This method measures accumulations of heat required for insects and plants to flourish. Len Koop is the Associate Director of the Integrated Plant Protection Center at Oregon State University. He also works with a website that collects data from thousands of weather stations around the U.S. He uses the information to calculate degree days, which is the average temperature of a given day minus a temperature threshold.
If today's average temperature was 65 and the threshold is 50, that's like saying, well, nothing really happens below 50 degrees for certain insects, let's say. So the average temperature, 65 minus 50, equals 15. So that would be 15 growing degree days.
Degree days can give you a lot of information, such as when the pest you're trying to control is at its most vulnerable or when your plants will flower. Koop says counting degree days to an event takes away a lot of guesswork, especially when temperatures differ from year to year. As an example, let's say certain insect eggs will hatch after 400 degree days, rather than sometime in March or April.
If we calculate and accumulate degree days, let's say after January 1st, every year, and we get the 400 mark, and the research has shown us that that's when this event happens, like the eggs hatch or the trees bloom, then we can predict pretty close to when something's going to happen from year to year.
Learn more about growing degree days at livingthecountrylife.com. I'll see you in the country.
Living the Country Life. Ideas and inspiration for your place in the country. You can find more information on today's topic, share your tips, and post photos by visiting us online at Living the Country Life.
Across our wide Missouri with Bob Pretty. Listen to show archives, hear about this day in Missouri history, and learn more about the Show Me State by visiting MissouriNet.com today.
Americans often like to quote the words of the Declaration of Independence, the state constitution, or other famous and patriotic words on equality, such as the words from the Missouri Constitution: all persons are created equal and entitled to equal rights and opportunities under the law. Unfortunately, it takes a state agency to see that those things are more than just words. The story in a minute.
The following safety message is brought to you by Save Mo Lives.
Large trucks and buses need room. When they don't have room, crashes happen. Big, ugly, take up the highway, lives lost, cars totaled kind of crashes. The bigger the vehicle, the bigger the blind spot, also called no zones. Don't linger in the no zones. Make sure you can see their headlights in your rearview mirror before changing lanes. Give them room to slow down, because simple actions and more room save lives.
During National Safety Month, Mango, the Missouri Association of Natural Gas Operators, wants you to remember natural gas safety. While natural gas is clean, safe, and reliable, Missourians should be aware of its potential dangers. Since natural gas is naturally invisible and odorless, its accumulation can be hard to detect as it's leaking. Natural gas distribution companies are required to add a chemical compound of mercaptan, which gives off the smell of rotten eggs. If you smell gas, act fast. Leave the building, go upwind, and from a safe location, call 911. These tips from Mango, the Missouri Association of Natural Gas Operators.
Many years, Missouri, like many other states in the nation, had standards, written or unwritten, that would not allow people of differing races to use the same hospitals, barber and beauty shops, hotels or motels, water fountains, cemeteries, or even bathrooms. But in 1954 came the great Supreme Court ruling on desegregation of schools. 3 years later, the state legislature passed a bill creating the Missouri Commission on Human Rights. It would investigate instances of discrimination, but could only hope to resolve the problems through persuasion and education, hoping to foster mutual respect between the parties involved. Governor James Blair spoke of the commission as a dream I have had for years. It was only a temporary commission at first. It was to serve just 3 years. The commission had wasted little time going to work, and its study of the state of human rights in Missouri soon adopted as a model to be sent to all 48 states and Alaska by President Eisenhower's Commission on Human Rights. Within its first 18 months, the commission documented more than 40 complaints of discrimination in districts whose legislators claimed there was no discrimination. Such actions had the governor leading on to ask the legislature to make time for the commission to become permanent, and on the second anniversary of the creation of a temporary commission, Governor Blair signed the bill making it a permanent one. In 1961, when the commission was only 4 years old, it had more responsibilities added to it, to administer the state Fair Employment Practices Act, which made it illegal to discriminate because of race, religion, creed, color, national origin, ancestry, or sex in advertising for jobs, hiring, promoting, firing, or admission to labor organizations or apprenticeship training programs. Then in 1965, the Commission was given the responsibility of enforcing the state's Public Accommodations Act. In June of '63, President Kennedy recommended every American community form its own Human Rights Commission. The State Commission encouraged formation of those local groups, though development was slow. Fiscal 1971 saw the first time more cases were closed than were filed. In January of 1959, when Governor Blair spoke in the legislature, he said, "When I administered the oath to the Human Rights Commission, I told them that their utmost responsibility was to uphold the rights of every man and woman. No circumstance has come to change my views. I still believe what I said to them, and on that I intend to stand firmly. I still require of them acknowledgement and protection of those rights. They have, I think, been faithful. In the struggle for man's rights, none of us can be neutral. We cannot stand above or aside from this battle. We must always remain combatants. We must gather together on this earth the freedom that belongs to all of us, and who shall tell us that we have not the right to share them? We dream, we say, in this undertaking that God is on our side, or at least think in Lincoln's words that we can hope that we are on his side." The road hasn't always been easy. The Commission has had to face charges of ineptitude, mismanagement, and racial prejudice within the agency itself, of picking leaders and Commission members who didn't have the time or the expertise to grapple with the crucial issue, the rights we all share as citizens of Missouri and citizens of America. Remarkable strides have been made, but more remain to be done. The Missouri Human Rights Commission, created when Governor Blair signed the bill on this date, the 8th of June in 1957.
That was Across Our Wide Missouri with Bob Pretty. To listen to show archives, hear about this day in Missouri history, and learn more about the Show Me State, visit MissouriNet.com.
Bob Fletcher is a hero to many around Sacramento. When others were wronged, he stepped in to make things right, giving of his time and money to help save their farms and preserve families' homes. His story is this edition of the American Countryside.
The secret is out. With millions of younger-looking customers across the country, Plexiderm is one of the most highly sought-after products on the market. It visibly shrinks under eye bags and smooths out crow's feet in minutes, and the effects last up to 10 hours. Influencers love it, magazines feature it, and people just can't get enough of it. As a matter of fact, Elle Magazine gave it an Editor's Choice Award as Best Instant Wrinkle Filler for 2025. In as little as 10 minutes, Plexiderm reduces the appearance of fine lines, wrinkles, and those dreaded under-eye bags. So yes, you can look years younger in minutes, and the effects last for hours. No surgery, no gimmicks, just results. The best news, you can try Plexiderm for only $14.95. Plus, get free shipping. Call 1-800-678-1298. That's 1-800-678-1298. Or visit plexidermtrial.com.
In 1942, Marielle Tsukamoto's family was forced from their Central California farm, part of the forced relocation of those of Japanese descent. Many lost everything that they owned in the years they were gone. This family's story was different, though, thanks to one man.
My dad contacted a friend of his that he knew, Bob Fletcher. He was a young man about my dad's age, early 30s. And he asked Bob to take care of our farm.
In fact, Fletcher stepped forward to care for 3 farms consisting of about 100 acres of grapes and strawberries. Quite a task at the time.
Bob was such an honest man. Not only did he pay the taxes and the mortgage, he split the profits.
Other caretakers might have forgotten to pay the taxes or say they earned no profits. Marielle never forgot what Mr. Fletcher did for her family during the war.
When people asked Bob, "Why did you do it? You didn't have to." He said it was the right thing to do. And he never allowed us to try to make too much of it. He would always say, "No, I didn't do anything special." But that is the mark of a true hero.
There were other heroes, such as the town of Richmond, that helped its area farmers.
The flower growers in the Richmond area had friends and farmers who not only took care of their farm, but made sure that the buildings had some maintenance. So when they came back, the business was intact.
Marielle was just 5 years old when her family was forced to a camp in Arkansas. That's next time as we travel the countryside in Sacramento, California. I'm Andrew McCrae.
Dairy and bone health. Hello, I'm Megan Grebner with Healthy Living on Brownfield. As we age, our bodies may not be as strong as they once were. Jessica Castle, a registered dietitian with the St. Louis Dairy Council, says incorporating dairy into our diets can help maintain a healthy body, especially for women.
With the decline in estrogen, our bone density is going to be declining as well. And so making sure you keep those dairy foods on your plate or in your cup it's going to help support your bone health. And if you have strong bones and you're able to maintain that strength throughout your lifespan, you will have greater independence and mobility as you age, which I think is incredibly important. Just from that aspect of supporting bones, I think dairy is so important.
But she tells Brownfield, dairy isn't just important for bone health when we age. It's also important for the young people in our lives.
Young children and adolescents, that is when they are building their bone mass for their adulthood, and making sure kids and adolescents are getting those 3 servings of dairy a day is so important to building that bone bank at a young age.
I'm Megan Grebner with Healthy Living on Brownfield.
Get ready, Sullivan, the Merrimack Community Fair coming June 25th through the 27th.
The excitement starts Tuesday, June 23rd with the fair parade at 7 p.m. through downtown Sullivan and gospel night at the Sullivan High School Theater.
Then enjoy 3 exciting days packed with carnival rides, fair food, livestock exhibits, contests, and family fun.
Friday night, Sullivan's own Austin Shea opens for country music star Sarah Evans.
Saturday night, country legend Clay Walker takes the stage for an unforgettable concert event.
Love is a rhythm of 2 hearts beating, pounding out a message, steady and true.
Get tickets, event schedules, and more at MerrimackCommunityFair.com.
The Merrimack Community Fair, where stars and stripes meet summer nights.
Kara Hart with Ag News on Brownfield. 100 years ago, the founders of Pioneer had a vision that transformed the future of agriculture, and they've been innovating ever since. See how it all started at pioneer.com/100. President Trump stopped at a farm in Wisconsin on Friday. Brownfield's Larry Lee was there.
Steve Rooney with Rooney Grain told Trump the monopolization of inputs is a real problem for agriculture.
At this point, there's 4 seed and chemical companies in the country that control 78% of that. 3 fertilizers control 90% of the market, and 4 beef companies control 85% of the beef market. That makes it really tough for us.
The president says help might be coming to farmers dealing with high input costs.
It's artificial. What happened to you is artificial with the energy and with the fertilizer. So we're looking at something.
President Trump made several comments about how things will be much better in about 3 months. Randy Kohler tells Brownfield, like other farmers, he'll be watching to see if the president can move the needle on several key issues in the 3-month target he set.
I like what I hear. Now it has to come all to action.
From Custer Farms, west of Chippewa Falls, Wisconsin, I'm Larry Lee, Brownfield Ag News.
Thanks, Larry. The USDA's Animal and Plant Health Inspection Service has confirmed a second detection of New World screwworm. The incident was found in a 1-month-old calf in South Texas, less than 6 miles from the first case. USDA says it's intensified its sterile fly operations, and 2 million sterile screwworm flies will be dispersed twice a week. Ag Secretary Brooke Rollins tells Brownfield the sterile fly production facility in Mexico is expected to begin production soon.
We are being told that
We'll be beginning to have flies come out of that facility this month in June, starting about 30 million, and then at full capacity in a couple of months we'll be at 100 million.
APHIS says another 4 million sterile flies per week will be shipped to Texas and will be dispersed. The National Veterinary Services Laboratories have deployed an entomologist to Texas to expedite the confirmation process. In addition, Rollins says the department has increased its surveillance efforts.
We increased the tick riders. We doubled their capacity. We infused funding about 8 months ago. So we started this last year in preparation.
USDA is urging residents in the area to check animals for signs of New World screwworm. The deputy secretary at USDA says he's confident China will continue to meet its purchase commitments to the United States. Stephen Vaden tells Brownfield,
this year, every indication that we have, whether it be data, whether it be the president's recent trip to China, whether it be conversations USDA has with our Chinese counterparts, every point of indication we have indicates they're going to meet that 25 million metric ton this year and going forward.
Vaden says he's expecting future publicly reported information to validate that confidence throughout the growing season. Beyond China's soybean commitments, he says there's optimism at USDA regarding demand for sorghum, hardwood, cotton, poultry, and beef. I'm Kara Hart for Brownfield.
When my kids started falling behind at school, I didn't know what to do. I felt alone, like I was lost in the dark. Then I found Understood.org, a nonprofit empowering people with learning and thinking differences like ADHD and dyslexia. They gave us hope, guidance, and tools to move forward. No matter where you are on your path, Understood can help. Visit understood.org/yourpath today.
When faced with complex challenges, there are people who come together to solve problems and transform lives. That's us. We are Rotary. We work with community partners to build green spaces for all to connect with nature and each other. We support local youth through mentorship and literacy programs. We're committed to causes that improve lives everywhere. Learn more at rotary.org/action.
We can do more.
Enough already. We can find a cure.
Enough already.
We can do better for our kids.
Enough already. We are relying on you.
We can come together to support Children's Cancer Research Fund, a national nonprofit dedicated to ending childhood cancer that is on the front line of breakthroughs. Because
it's enough already.
Go to childrenscancer.org today.
Hi there, it's Scott from Pentatonics. So from the beginning of our journey in music, the foundation has been music education. It's so incredibly important that we continue to show kids the importance of music in our schools, in our homes, and even in the car. Music is such a powerful expression of emotion and individuality, and we are responsible for keeping the love for music alive. This message is courtesy of the United States Air Force.
Cats are masters at using up their 9 lives, like chasing laser pointers into walls or jumping onto high shelves. But the one thing cats never do? Text while driving. So be like a cat and protect your one and only life. Don't text and drive.
Don't drive distracted. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
Your phone's blowing up, but you're in the driver's seat. Ignore the buzz, keep your eyes on the street. No text back, no scroll, just let it wait. Attention on the road, that's the only way. Phone's blowing up, but you're in the driver's seat. Ignore the buzz, keep your eyes on the street. No text back, no scroll, just let it wait.
Don't drive distracted. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
With the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Bill Alexander. The American job market continues to show strength. Employers added 172,000 jobs in May, and the unemployment rate remained at 4.3%. That's according to the Labor Department. New York State lawmakers passed a ban on businesses setting individualized prices for consumers based on their personal data. The One Fair Price Act would prohibit companies from setting prices based on data that could be traced to a person or their device. Saks Global is ready to emerge from Chapter 11. The New York-based upscale department store conglomerate, parent of Saks Fifth Avenue, Neiman Marcus, and Bergdorf Goodman said the U.S. Bankruptcy Court for the Southern District of Texas had approved its Financial Reorganization 11 plan. There are no signs of jet fuel shortages in Europe in the coming months, despite the energy shock from the Iran war, though high prices are prompting airlines to cut uneconomic routes, the European Union's transport chief has reported. For the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Bill Alexander in Washington.
Ooh, it's getting kind of bad out there.
It sure is. But don't worry. The Missouri Department of Health and Senior Services has tips on how to stay safe and warm this winter, like wearing layers, stocking up on supplies, and looking out for signs of hypothermia and frostbite, as well as great ways to prepare your home.
Where can I find all these great tips?
Well, just go online to health.mo.gov/winter.
A message from the Missouri Department of Health and Senior Services.
We asked parents who adopted teens to share their journey.
We just kind of knew from the beginning that we were family.
They showcased a sense of love that I never had before. I mean, he's not only my parent, he's like my best friend.
At the end of the day, it's all been worth it. I wouldn't change a thing about our lives.
Learn about adopting a teen from foster care. Visit adoptuskids.org to learn more. Brought to you by Adopt US Kids, the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, and the Ad Council.
I think that we think it's going to be so hard to delay this. It is so much easier. Trust me, I've done it both ways.
Melanie Hempy on Focus on the Family Minute.
I've raised an addict, a screen addict, and I've raised 3 kids that aren't. And I'm telling you, the pathway, you've got 2 pathways. You've got 2 choices. You either go with the culture on this issue, or you take a different path, and the different path is so much easier. It does help. I would encourage you to get some education around this, which is why I've taken all this brain science and I put it in real simple terms so you can understand it. You can explain it to your wife, you can explain it to your husband, to your grandparents, right? To the grandparents, stop buying phones for my kids, right? And then you can explain it to your kids.
Yeah.
And you're a coach. So you're at a team meeting and you're just telling your team, guys, look, this is the diagram of what we just learned. And in order to hit the home run, we're going to do this instead.
Hear more at FamilyMinute.org.
Well, the sun came up this morning and it's kind of behind the clouds right now. It's 73 degrees here at the studios of KTUI, 71 degrees out at Sullivan Regional Airport. Coming up at 9:10 this morning, scheduled to talk with the North Crawford County Ambulance District Chief Jeremy Statina. Sarah Vasali has a birthday today. She was the only one on my calendar. David and Tina Lawrence celebrating 41 years today. Donna and Russell Stein, 52. And Ricky and Nicole Kottner, 13. We are AM 1560 KTUI Sullivan. It's 7 o'clock. Here's the news.
Breaking news this hour from Town Hall. Amit Thomason. President Trump has been trying to get Israel and Iran to stop shooting at each other, but so far those pleas have fallen on deaf ears. Israel has been blasting Iran-backed Hezbollah in Lebanon, and Iran has been firing missiles at Israel. Correspondent Laura Winters says Mr. Trump had been hoping to seal a peace agreement early this week.
President Trump on Truth Social this morning urging Iran to make a deal. This as the ceasefire broke in a real escalation in the Middle East between Iran and Israel on Sunday with missiles fired in both directions. The president writing, Israel and Iran must immediately stop shooting.
A half dozen people hurt in knifings at New York City's Penn Station. This happened last evening. A suspect is being held by police. 2 suspects are being sought in a mass shooting at a busy street fair in Toledo, Ohio yesterday. 12 people injured, all stable, said to be improving. Police say the gunmen may have been targeting each other. The search for victims goes on in the southern Philippines. Powerful earthquake, magnitude 7.8, has killed at least 32 people, hundreds injured.
A few buildings collapsed and key infrastructure sustained quake damage in the city of General Santos, and tsunami damage was reported in at least one coastal village. Smaller waves were measured in Indonesia and as far away as southern Japan. Teresito Barcolco, the director of the Philippine Institute of Volcanology and Seismology, says it's a major earthquake, warning people to seek advice before returning to damaged buildings. It was the strongest quake to strike the Philippines this year, centered at sea off Mindanao, the second most populous island in the region. According to Barcolco, the quake occurred at a depth of 20 miles. I'm Charles de Ledesma.
On Wall Street, the Dow futures 123 points higher. More on these stories, townhall.com.
Maybe this is you too. There's enormous frustration right now with healthcare costs. It is amazing. Healthcare costs for families in the last 20 years have almost tripled, and it just keeps getting worse. All this to say, this is why MediShare is so in demand right now. People are looking for alternatives, and MediShare is proven you can save thousands of dollars a year and actually like it more. Over 1 million Americans are now part of healthcare sharing, and MediShare is the gold standard. It's trusted, it works, it's been helping people save money and have peace of mind now for 30 plus years. It's not some big impersonal thing either. It's a community of people like you helping each other. So yeah, if you're frustrated too, here's your chance to make a refreshing change. You'll notice the difference as soon as you call. They're easy to talk to. You can get a price within 2 minutes. Here is the number. Call 844-41-BIBLE. That's 844-41-BIBLE. 844-41-BIBLE.
Chinese President Xi has arrived in Pyongyang on his first visit to North Korea in 7 years.
Last time Xi Jinping visited Pyongyang, it was a completely different place. One of the big changes since then is that North Korea has a new friend in Moscow, as well as Kim Jong-un is a lot more powerful with the weapons as well as his economic development. So this is really a chance for Kim Jong-un to win some kind of tangible concession from the Chinese. There will be more trade with the Chinese border. He's also expected to ask for more Chinese tourists to come to North Korea and fill the ski and beach resorts that are newly built over there.
And that's BBC's Jay Kwan reporting from Seoul, South Korea. Ukraine is seeing a rising number of premature births, emergency cesarean sections, and other pregnancy complications. Experts blame it on stress induced by the war. News and analysis, townhall.com. Iran's World Cup soccer team is here. Well, almost.
The Iranian soccer team is in Mexico training for the World Cup. They had to move their training base from Tucson, Arizona to Tijuana along the border because of problems with processing visas during the Iran war. Iran defender Ehsan Hajsafi says in a video from FIFA that the team is finally happy to have arrived, but he criticizes soccer's governing body for some members of the team's entourage still lacking U.S. visas. Hajsafi asks FIFA why it took so long to issue the team visas and that they were issued only to players and a few members of the coaching staff. The team has matches in Los Angeles and Seattle later this month. I'm Donna Warder.
Apple is expected to unveil new AI features at its annual developers conference. Gets underway today. It is the last conference featuring CEO Tim Cook before he turns over the reins to John Turnus in September. More on these stories at townhall.com.
Missouri Net News, I'm Matt Pilger. A Missouri appeals court ruled a closely watched case about doing away with the state income tax. Ashley Bird explains.
Friday evening, the Missouri Court of Appeals Western District agreed with an appeal that state lawmakers' ballot language was insufficient in explaining how the state would do away with the state income tax. The court says it needs to explain that lawmakers can make new sales taxes without constitutional restrictions. The court offered a revision, and as it stands now, the issue, known as Amendment 5, stays on the statewide ballot in August. Ashley Bird, Missouri Net.
More heavy rain and thunderstorms are possible today and Tuesday across portions of Missouri. A flood watch is in effect Monday afternoon for most of central and southern Missouri. The watch area includes Sedalia, Columbia, Jefferson City, the Lake of the Ozarks region, Rolla, Springfield, Branson, and Joplin. A flood warning is also in effect through Tuesday afternoon on the Missouri River from eastern Jackson County to just south of Columbia. The Missouri Department of Agriculture is responding to the detection of a New World screwworm case in a calf in Texas. The pest, which feeds on living tissue, was eradicated in the U.S. decades ago but has reappeared. U.S. Secretary of Agriculture Brooke Rollins updated Brownfield reporters about looking for screwworm flies along the Mexican border.
Mounted patrol officers are great tick riders who are mounted patrol along the border who are now trained to look for the screwworm for any animals crossing. We trained more dogs, our USDA Beagle Brigade, so we're going to have a lot more dogs. That obviously won't apply to cattle, but for companion animals and others that are coming across the border, we now have dogs trained to sniff.
This is Missouri Net.
Black vultures are becoming more of a problem across Missouri. I'm Chris Chen, director of the Missouri Department of Agriculture. Black vultures are more aggressive than turkey vultures and have been known to kill livestock. The Missouri Department of Agriculture has partnered with Missouri Farm Bureau and USDA Wildlife Services to raise awareness about the black vulture issue for livestock owners. One of the many questions we get is, how do I tell the difference between the black vulture and the turkey vulture? Turkey vultures have red heads, while black vultures have black heads. Both of the birds have featherless heads. A juvenile turkey vulture will have a gray head, so you need to look very closely. The turkey vulture has a larger wingspan, and they hold their wings upward in a shallow V shape. When viewed from below, the lower half of the wings appears silver or grayish-white in color. Black vultures hold their wings more horizontal than turkey vultures. When viewed from below, their wings have white patches at the end. You can find more information about black vultures at blackvultures.agriculture.mo.gov.
A small earthquake was recorded early Saturday morning in southeast Missouri in the Boot Hill region of the state. The U.S. Geological Survey says the magnitude 2.4 quake happened near Williamsville, about 20 miles northwest of Poplar Bluff. More than 11,000 school buses across Missouri have been inspected ahead of the next school year. Lieutenant Eric Brown with the Missouri State Highway Patrol says while more than 10,000 were approved on the first inspection, 283 buses were placed out of service. Brown says the issues found can vary depending on the bus and the route it travels.
A rural bus could experience some issues that a bus that primarily operates in an urban area doesn't see.
Algeria's national soccer team arrived Sunday night at Kansas City International Airport ahead of the 2026 FIFA World Cup. They will face Argentina on June 16th at Arrowhead Stadium, with two more international teams expected to arrive in the coming days. Be sure to follow Missouri Net on Instagram, Facebook, and X.
Hi, this is Dale Cottrell, Chief Credit Officer at Sullivan Bank, where we are committed to being a step up in service. Our goal is to put the community back in community banking. We are incredibly grateful to be a part of the KTUI communities and strive to make them a better place for future generations. We've been here for you 129 years and plan to be here for many more. Stop by Sullivan Bank today to experience the step up in service for yourself.
It's time to slide into a deal with Seidenstrucker Nobe Partners. Right now, catch 0% financing for 84 months on a John Deere 1025R compact tractor package for as low as $269 a month. This one machine is built to do it all. Mow, move, dig, and clear with ease. Don't wait, this offer ends June 30th. Slide into a deal today at Seidenstrucker Nobe Partners, snpartners.com.
Offer valid through 6/30/2026. Some restrictions apply. See dealer for details.
A 16-year-old boy was shot and killed Saturday afternoon inside a North St. Louis convenience store. According to the St. Louis Metropolitan Police Department, officers responded shortly after 4:10 p.m. to a shooting at Yeatman Market in the 4300 block of Lee Avenue in the city's O'Fallon neighborhood. When officers arrived, they found 16-year-old Oliver Williams suffering from a gunshot wound inside the store. He was pronounced at the scene. Police initially identified the victim as an adult male, but later corrected the information and confirmed the victim was Williams. Homicide detectives have taken over the investigation. No information regarding a suspect, possible motive, or arrests have been released. There was a crash involving several vehicles early this morning on I-70 that has left one person dead. According to the St. Louis Metropolitan Police Department, a 5-vehicle crash happened about 1:30 this morning on westbound I-70 at Branch Street. Police said one person was killed, another was injured, and accident reconstruction investigators were responding. Westbound lanes of I-70 at Branch were shut down as crews were working to clear the scene. 2 people were killed yesterday in a collision involving a passenger car and a semi-truck at the junction of US 36 and Missouri Route 33, about 2 miles west of Osborne. The Missouri State Highway Patrol said the crash occurred approximately 11:53 a.m. Investigators say a northbound 2012 Peterbilt semi driven by a 44-year-old Renton, Washington man was crossing eastbound US 36 when an eastbound 2007 Saturn Aura struck the trailer. The Chillicothe woman and a 43-year-old male passenger from St. Joseph were pronounced at the scene by the DeKalb County Deputy Coroner. A 41-year-old Bernie man died early yesterday morning at 1 a.m. after a single vehicle rollover crash on Missouri Route 25 about 2 miles south of Bernie. According to the patrol, the driver of a 2001 Ford F-150 was traveling northbound. The pickup ran off the right side of the roadway, struck a fence, overturned, and came to rest on its side. The driver, who was not wearing a seatbelt, was pronounced at the scene by the Stoddard County Coroner. A 44-year-old man from Lowman died Saturday about 2 p.m. after a single vehicle crash on Route D north of Hilltop Lane in Cole County. Troopers reported the driver of a 2005 Ford F-150 was traveling northbound. The vehicle left the roadway, struck a ditch, and then hit two fences. He was pronounced by a doctor at the scene. The trooper said he was not wearing a seatbelt. And a 21-year-old Washington man was killed late Friday night when the vehicle he was riding in left the roadway and struck a tree on County Farm Road north of Depping Drive in Warren County. The crash occurred approximately 11:30 p.m. According to investigators, a 22-year-old woman from Washington was driving a 2012 Kia Optima when the vehicle traveled off the left side of the roadway and struck a tree. The 21-year-old passenger was not wearing a seatbelt and was pronounced at the scene. The driver suffered moderate injuries and was transported by Warren County Ambulance to SSM St. Joseph Hospital, Lake St. Louis. A second passenger, a 24-year-old man from Wright City, suffered serious injuries and was flown by Arch Air Medical to Mercy Hospital in St. Louis. According to the Highway Patrol, 22-year-old Madison Baxter was later arrested and charged with driving while intoxicated, first-degree involuntary manslaughter, and second-degree assault in connection with the crash. She was being held at the Warren County Jail without bond. Two drivers were injured in a head-on collision yesterday evening on Route A near Pottery Road in Franklin County. According to the Missouri State Highway Patrol, the crash occurred approximately 6:45 p.m. A 21-year-old Washington man was driving a 2020 Chevrolet Malibu, swerved into the opposite lane to avoid a vehicle that had stopped to make a left turn onto Pottery Road. The Malibu crossed into the northbound lane and collided head-on with a 2004 Ford F-150 driven by a 64-year-old man from Union. Both drivers suffered minor injuries. They were transported by Washington EMS to Mercy Hospital in Washington. Both vehicles were totaled and towed from the scene. A two-vehicle crash at US 67 en route JJ in St. Francis County left 3 people injured Saturday afternoon, including one passenger who suffered serious injuries. The Highway Patrol said the crash happened about 2:33 p.m. Investigators say a 71-year-old man from Cadet was driving a 2016 Chevrolet 1500, failed to yield to a northbound 2025 Chevrolet Traverse driven by a 74-year-old man from DeSoto. The front of the Traverse struck the right side of the pickup. The driver from Cadet suffered minor injuries and was transported by the St. Francis County Ambulance District to Parkland Health Center South. The driver from DeSoto suffered moderate injuries and was taken by ambulance to Mercy Hospital in St. Louis. An 82-year-old passenger from DeSoto sustained serious injuries and was flown by Air Evac 8 to Mercy Hospital St. Louis for treatment. Both vehicles were totaled and towed from the scene. And a woman from Bell was injured Friday afternoon after reportedly falling asleep while driving on Highway 28 near County Road 449 in Marys County. The patrol said the crash occurred about 12:05 p.m. A 69-year-old woman from Bell was driving a 2018 Ford Escape eastbound when she fell asleep. Her vehicle traveled off the left side of the roadway, struck a tree, and overturned. She sustained minor injuries and was transported by Osage EMS to Capital Region Hospital for treatment. The SUV was totaled and towed from the scene. The Missouri Department of Corrections announced that an inmate at the Jefferson City Correctional Center died last Thursday. A release from the department states that Stanley Kanaga was pronounced dead at about 6:30 p.m. on Thursday. The 36-year-old Kanaga was serving a life sentence out of Jasper County for first-degree murder, first-degree burglary, stealing, second-degree arson, and abandonment of a corpse. He started his sentence August 30th of 2023. The department states that an autopsy will be performed. Bridge work set to begin today on the Missouri Route 8 bridge over the Merrimack River in Crawford County, southeast of St. James. Construction crews working with the Missouri Department of Transportation will rehabilitate the bridge to repair areas of soil erosion where material has washed away near the bridge substructure. Intermittent lane closures will be in place with flaggers guiding traffic through the work zone through the end of August. All work is weather permitting and schedules are subject to change. And the planned closure of the Washington County Route W bridge over Ashley Branch is scheduled to start today. Crews working with the Missouri Department of Transportation will close the bridge to all traffic beginning today. It will remain closed around the clock through the end of July. During the closure, motorists will need to use alternate routes. That is a look at your local news on a Monday. I'm Sam Scott.
New Testament Baptist Church in Sullivan is starting a new addiction recovery ministry called Life Issues. It's a biblical approach to the 12 steps, bringing scriptural principles into personal focus and making them come alive for transformational living. Whether you struggle with addictions, food, depression, anxiety, or relationships, you'll be encouraged to see how others have found a new way of life with hope for the future through this program. Life Issues will meet weekly on Thursdays at 6:30 p.m. at New Testament Baptist Church. You're not alone. To find out more, contact New Testament Baptist Church at 573-468-3334.
Finding the specialty healthcare you need doesn't have to mean long drives. Missouri Baptist Sullivan Hospital, part of BJC Healthcare, proudly provides advanced specialties and services right here in our community. Our specialties include cardiology, orthopedics, oncology, women's health, and more. Exceptional care close to home. You deserve both. Call 573-468-4186 to learn more.
In recent funeral notices, Thomas Lee Christie of Owensville passed away Friday, May 29th at the age of 15. Visitation will be held from 4 until 8 p.m. this evening at the Gottenstrader Chapel in Owensville. Mary Catherine Kathy Pinnell of Steelville passed away Wednesday, June 3rd at the age of 96. Funeral services will be held Wednesday at 1 p.m. at the Hudson Funeral Home in Steelville. Burial will be in the Liberty Cemetery in Steelville. Visitation will be Wednesday from 11 a.m. until the time of services at 1 at the Hudson Funeral Home in Steelville. Ronald Dennis Ron Lee of Cuba passed away Tuesday, June 2nd at the age of 65. A mass of Christian burial will be held Thursday at 11 a.m. at the Holy Cross Catholic Church in Cuba. Visitation will be Thursday from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. at the Holy Cross Catholic Church in Cuba. Memorial contributions may be made to the Cuba Animal Shelter in the name of Ron Lee. All arrangements under the direction of the Hudson Funeral Home of Cuba. Nate Alexander Strange of St. Clair passed away Friday, June 5th at the age of 21. Funeral services will be Thursday at 11 a.m. at the Connection Church in St. Clair. Burial will be in the Crestview Memorial Park in St. Clair. Visitation will be Wednesday from 3 until 8 p.m. at the Russell Colonial Funeral Home, then again after 9 a.m. on Thursday at the Connection Church in St. Clair. The complete funeral announcements with all the survivors will air with our 8 o'clock expanded edition of KTUI News this morning.
Ready for a superior banking experience? At FCNB Bank, we've been serving our neighbors for 120 years, and we're still moving forward. As a community bank, we're committed to enriching your financial journey every step of the way. With enhanced online banking, an improved mobile app, contactless debit cards, and more, FCNB gives you the power to bank smarter, faster, and on your terms, wherever life takes you. Your next chapter starts right here.
This is like a puzzle. This Medicare stuff's so confusing.
The right piece for your Medicare puzzle? Strasser Senior Services. For over 20 years, Clark Strasser has been your local Medicare resource. Clark will even come to your home for a no-cost consultation. Medicare Gap, Medicare Advantage plans. As you become Medicare eligible, you need to talk to a local expert. Clark Strasser and Strasser Senior Services. Call 573-308-5255. Online at StrasserSeniorServices.com. Your local Medicare resource.
AP Sports, I'm Gethin Coolbaugh. Alexander Zverev overcame cramps to win his first career Grand Slam major title with a 5-set victory over Flavio Caboli at the French Open.
I let go, I kind of hit my shots a bit more and then just let go. And then of course the 5th set went my way, and I'm happy about that and happy to be sitting next to this beautiful trophy for the first time.
In golf, Nelly Korda won the 81st U.S. Women's Open for her second consecutive major victory. JT Poston lost a 4-shot lead but rallied for a playoff victory over Ryan Gerard at the Memorial. Denny Hamlin earned his second consecutive NASCAR Cup Series victory from the pole at Michigan International Speedway. And in hockey, Oilers star Connor McDavid matched Wayne Gretzky by winning his 5th Ted Lindsay Award as the NHL's most outstanding player as voted by his peers. Gethin Coolbaugh, AP Sports.
Missouri Nut Sports, I'm Bill Pollock. The Royals held off the Twins, taking 3 out of 4 from their division rivals with a 6-5 win. Starling Marte hit a 3-run homer. Bobby Witt Jr. left the game in the 7th with a sore knee after going 0 for 4 with 3 strikeouts. The Royals have the day off. The St. Louis Battlehawks season is over, a 29-20 loss to the Louisville Kings. In the UFL semifinals at the Dome in St. Louis, Luis Perez, 249 yards, a touchdown, and an interception. And mandatory minicamp starts tomorrow for the Chiefs. Bill Pollock, Missouri Net Sports.
At the Missouri Veterans Home,
we like to say anything that a veteran did prior to moving in here, we want to figure out how they can still do it.
We want to focus on making this feel like home.
They treat me just like family, and I do like it. I'm one of the smartest moves I've made.
Start your application now at mvc.dps.mo.gov. That's mvc.dps.mo.gov. A message from the Missouri Veterans Commission.
Why be at the forefront of childhood cancer research? At St. Jude, we do it because every innovation we make is a moment we give to children with cancer everywhere. But we can't do it without you. Help St. Jude give children with cancer more moments. Moments that can last a lifetime. Learn more at stjude.org.
With Ricky Orton, I'm John Rooney, and yesterday at Busch Stadium, the Cardinals fell behind. Back-to-back home runs by Matt McLain and Tyler Stevenson against Michael McGreevy, but the Cardinals got back-to-back doubles from Burleson and Walker, and a 2-run homer from Brian Torres to go up 3-2. McLain tied it with a home run, but 2 errors in the 8th inning by the Reds, and the Cardinals swept the Reds, winning 5-3.
Reds pitching gave up an awful lot of walks in the game, a lot of base runners for the Cardinals. They couldn't get the big knockout blow, but they did get enough to win. Michael McGreevy made the start, only 2 runs in 6 innings. His ERA still under 3.
Ryan Stanek came on to get a couple of big outs in the 8th inning and got the win, and a save for Riley O'Brien.
The bullpen was really good. 1 run scored against George Soriano, but nothing but zeros after that.
The Cardinals have won 4 in a row, and they have a 35-28 record going to New York, and we're on the air at 5:15 Central tomorrow night.
It's Ben from Level 9 Heating and Cooling. If I could give homeowners one piece of advice this summer, it would be this. If your air conditioner struggled last summer, making weird noises, running constantly, or barely even keeping up with your home, don't wait until you're stuck in the middle of a breakdown. Every summer we see this happen. The hottest days arrive, the systems start failing, and suddenly everyone's calling in for service at the same time. That's why now is the perfect time to schedule a clean-and-check appointment, or have the conversation about replacing an older system before it turns into an emergency. And listen, you know we're not the company that's going to show up, try to sell you the biggest, most expensive thing possible. We've never been that company, and that's never been our style. We'll give you honest recommendations, explain your options, and help you make the decision that's best for your home and your budget. Give us a call today at 636-259-COOL and let us keep your family comfortable all summer long. Level 9 Heating and Cooling, raising the standard one home at a time.
It is 26 minutes past the hour of 7 o'clock here on a Monday morning. I'm Sam Scott. Glad to have you along with me. Mike Bittner is with me. It's raining, Mike.
It's pouring.
Yep.
We actually need it. It's been kind of dry, I think.
And let's see our weather forecast here on KTUI. Brought to you by the folks at Lacey Mobile Glass. They are your only local auto glass company And if you need an estimate, all you have to do is call Mark, 573-259-1248. Well, they're saying partly sunny skies for us today.
I don't know. We got a waterfall coming down right there, so I don't know about a partly sunny sky. But.
Running over the gutter there. It's coming down pretty hard.
Yeah,
it was
is.
coming down a little harder than it is now. But anyway, they're saying there is a 70% chance of thunderstorms. I'm going to say right now here at the studio there's a 100% chance.
Yeah, I agree with you.
And I've heard some thunder, and I can hear the lightning crackling in my headphones here. Anyway, this is supposed to be over by noon.
Oh, okay. All right.
High today is supposed to be 82. Probably with the rain, it's going to be muggy.
It's going to be 102 humidity.
Partly cloudy tonight, 30% chance of showers and thunderstorms, low around 69. Mostly sunny tomorrow, 30% chance of showers between 8 a.m. and 10 a.m. Pretty specific.
Yeah.
2 hours of rain. High near 89. The heat. Wow, that pop got me right.
That was a good one there, wasn't it?
That was a stinger there. Heat index tomorrow is going to be around 100.
Wow.
Mostly clear tomorrow night, low around 72, and then sunny on Wednesday, high near 91. Mostly clear on Wednesday night, 30% chance of showers and thunderstorms after 1 a.m., low around 72. Then mostly sunny on Thursday, 60% chance of showers, possibly a thunderstorm after 1 p.m., high near 89 degrees. Right now at the studios of KTUI, we show 73 degrees. They're actually showing 73 out at Sullivan Regional Airport. Okay, what's your watch say?
73. Everything's 73.
Wow.
I know, it's crazy. It happens.
So scheduled this morning at 9:10, the North Crawford County Ambulance District Chief Jeremy Statina. And birthdays that I have.
Okay.
Sarah Vasali.
Well, happy birthday, Sarah.
That's it.
That's all we got?
That's all. However, I do have some anniversaries.
Okay.
Russ and Donna Stein.
Okay, how many?
52.
52. Wow, it was a bunch. I didn't know how many.
Yeah. She, Donna doesn't look nearly that old. She
No.
must have been child bride.
Yeah, it had to be probably. She's probably married at what, 12, something like that? 11.
That, yeah. David and Tina Lawrence. Now Tina was in my class.
Okay.
41 years.
41.
They've been married.
Congratulations.
I think they got married in 85.
Yeah, that'd be right.
Yeah. And then Ricky and Nicole Cotner.
Oh, Ricky and Nicole, happy anniversary.
13 years.
Yeah, you used to be my neighbors.
Yeah. But they got
smart, moved out. Yeah.
So happy anniversary to all of them. If you have a birthday or an anniversary, you can leave us a message or something. Call us at 468-5101. You can text me, 573-677-1001. Sometimes I see it before we get off the air. Let's see. And you can also email it to me. Send it to news@ktui.com. So how was your weekend?
It was a good weekend. Good weekend. How about yours?
That was all right.
I ate a couple of times, went to church, so good weekend.
I think I ate with you at least once.
Yeah, well, that's normal.
Yeah.
That's not abnormal.
Had brunch, I guess.
Yeah, I guess you could. Yeah.
It was too late for breakfast.
Too late for
too early for lunch.
Yep.
So brunch, I guess.
I think I'm one of the rich people saying brunch.
Well, yeah.
Did you drink your tea with one little finger out?
No, I didn't drink tea.
You didn't. You had water.
Yeah, I had water. I've been trying to drink.
You were a good boy,
I've
Doc.
been trying to drink more water.
Doc, he was a good boy.
Yeah, with my drink water with my pancakes.
Yeah.
And, yeah.
Scrambled eggs.
Yeah, all that stuff. Well, Hezbollah.
Yep.
They fire rockets into Israel. Israel strikes back at Hezbollah, even in Beirut when they have a juicy target. This is what a Middle East ceasefire looks like. Axios says Israel struck Beirut's southern suburbs Sunday in retaliation to a Hezbollah missile attack on northern Israel. Israeli officials said, why it matters, Iran threatened last week to launch a missile attack against Israel if it attacks Beirut, while the U.S. has backed Israel's right to self-defense. Such a move could unravel U.S.-Iran negotiations and reignite the war. A U.S. defense official tells Axios that U.S. forces in the Middle East are prepared for defense in case Iran implements its threats and launches new attacks. Israel notified the Trump administration before the strike. A U.S. official and two other sources with knowledge tell Axios the U.S. supports Israel's right to self-defense and standards with the legitimate government of Lebanon as it works to deliver a better future for its citizens. A second U.S. official tells Axios Hezbollah must stop firing immediately and allow these agreements to take effect.
Good luck on that.
Yeah.
There hasn't been a ceasefire actually work over there in forever.
Let's see. I can't remember. There, somewhere I thought I saw a video of this that Trump sat down with. I can't remember who it was. Was it 60 Minutes? And and I sort of agree with him. I mean, I don't know what he expected, but I thought I had a story on it here. But they start asking him if if he'll accept the 2020 election.
Yeah, well, it's gone. Leave it alone. Move on.
Let's talk about the news.
Let's talk about what's going on now.
But anyway, he got up and left.
Yeah, I don't blame him.
I could swear I had this story here. Maybe I just read it this morning.
I don't blame him at all if that's what he did. If you want to talk about current events and what's going on now, let's do it. Let's move on with 2020. Come on.
Yeah, and then I can't find it. I'd swear I printed it somewhere.
I don't have it.
But
did you print it and not take it off the printer?
I don't know if maybe I didn't hit the print button. But anyway, so let's move on to another president.
Okay.
This would be the Obama Presidential Center. Have you seen this building?
I have not.
It is ugly.
Really?
Oh my goodness, it's ugly. Somebody posted, and you probably never watched SpongeBob SquarePants, but they showed a cartoon building at the bottom of the sea, down where SpongeBob lives, and on one side, and showed the Obama Presidential Library on the other side. And now I can't unsee it.
Is it in Chicago?
Yes. It's a sprawling 19.3-acre Obama Presidential Center. It's preparing for its public opening June 19th, coinciding with Juneteenth.
Juneteenth, yeah.
After 5 years of construction, $850 million in private fundraising. Located in Chicago's historic Jackson Park, the center includes, among other features, an 8-story museum, a Chicago Public Library branch, a full-scale model of the Oval Office, and a 225-foot tall obelisk. While most of the campus will be accessible for free, adult admission to the museum is $30.
Wow, they're trying to get their money back, aren't they?
Yeah. So I've been to Harry Truman's museum.
Yeah, I have too.
In Independence, and I've been to the George Bush Museum in Dallas.
Yep.
And those are the only two.
I can't think of. I feel like I've been to another one, but I can't think of where it was at.
Now I'm pretty sure. I think it was full size, but the Bush Museum had
the Oval Office.
Had the full size Oval Office, with the Resolute desk and everything. Right. And I got a picture of me behind the desk, and then a picture of
see, when I was there,
a picture of my wife, being
pointing,
the boss,
pointing at you. Yeah.
No, she was behind the desk.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think when I was there, they were doing something because you couldn't. They had it roped off. You could look in there, but you couldn't go in there.
Oh no, you could go in when and then there was out in the courtyard. There was I don't know, bronze statues standing next together of him with his father.
Yeah.
The other George Bush.
Yeah.
So, but I like those. Wow, man, that lightning really getting me in the headphones this morning.
Yep.
But anyway, so those are the only the libraries I think that I've been to. Anyway, I'm not really looking forward to going to the Obama Library.
No, I probably never will. I mean, I don't see myself going to Chicago anytime soon.
Well,
I'm not a big fan of Chicago anyway. So,
did they ever open the Clinton Library?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Down
either.
in Hope? No, was it Hope? Was it Hope, Arkansas?
Well, Hope's where he's from. I
yeah,
guess, but
I'm not sure if it was there, Little Rock, or where they were putting it.
I don't know.
I'm not sure if they ever did. Well, if you're eating, turn down for a second or two because I got a story here, and if you're squeamish, turn it down. I'm just giving warning ahead of time.
Should I get the beep button ready?
No, it's not. Maybe. A Florida woman said
it's just me going beep.
Yeah. A Florida woman said she and her daughter found live worms in their SpaghettiOs after they had already eaten some.
See, I don't believe this.
I don't buy it for a second.
I don't know.
First of all, why would live worms still be in a can?
Well,
there's no way.
I don't know anything about how long worms can live. Sometimes they don't live too long when you're trying to fish with them.
Nope, they drown them. What the heck? Expect. Mary Hubbard of Florida and the girl's father are suing Campbell's and Walmart. The family agrees the family alleges the companies failed to properly inspect the product. The woman said she and her daughter developed parasitic infections and other medical complications. Campbell said they believe the claims lack merit and will defend itself against them. And then a Walmart spokesman said the company prioritizes health and safety and is reviewing the court filings. So, believe it if you want. Don't believe it if you want. I'm just reporting it.
I don't know. I mean, if it's true, then...
Yeah, I don't know how... I'm not going to say it's beyond a possibility.
Well,
but it's just really stretching it.
Now, you worked in an industry where...
Correct.
There was, manufacturing
Sure.
problems, but probably it was like metal shavings
Sure.
or stuff like that.
Fill tubes off soda bottles, back when you had returnable bottles, we used fill tubes, and they worked their way loose, and they'd go down the bottle, and you'd get them back. But you could see them, too. But
So when people turn them in...
You just give them a free product.
Give them a free bottle of soda.
But you got more than that.
Oh.
Yeah.
Huh. Well, all right.
It happens. And then we've got a recall.
Okay.
Vornado is recalling 255,000 space heaters for the potential fire hazard.
Vornado?
Vornado, V-O-R-N-A-D-O.
Like tornado?
Yeah, with a V.
Yeah.
According to the Consumer Product Safety Commission, the recall is for Vornado's small room tower heaters. They were sold online on Amazon and on the Vornado's website. They were also sold at retailers like Kohl's, Ace Hardware, and Bed Bath & Beyond. The heaters were sold in August 2013 through May of 2026. So, some of these are already 10 years old, 13 years old, for between $40 and $50. They're about 12 inches tall, and the model number is Type SRTH. It's on the bottom, printed on the bottom. According to the CPSC, the heater's fan blade can detach from the motor shaft, leading to overheating and melting of internal parts. Those parts can ignite, posing a fire hazard. So far, there have been more than 30 reports of overheating, including 8 fires. So if you own one of these, stop using it. Visit Vornado's website for instructions on how to receive a refund. There you go.
Anybody go to the movies over the weekend?
We did. They did. I tell you what. I didn't go this weekend, but some of these you and I have seen. Let's go from bottom up. 10. The Devil Wears Prada.
Seen it.
2.2 million, 2.8 million. Pressure.
Nope.
I don't remember that one either. 3 million. The Breadwinner. I saw that.
I didn't.
3.4 million. Good movie.
You like it?
I liked it. It was entertaining.
That was Nate Bargatze?
Yep. I enjoyed it. Our Widowers group went and saw that. Well, I heard that one all the way over here.
Yeah.
Michael, 7.7 million.
See, I like some of Michael Jackson's music. I just have no idea,
I had a friend of mine went and saw it.
I'll tell you what, really.
Yeah, and that person said that I wouldn't probably like it.
Yeah, well, I don't know whether I like it or not.
Yeah,
I may catch it later on.
Yep.
But I've never seen Purple Rain.
I haven't either.
Yeah.
Never have either. They say it was a great movie, but I've never seen it. Number 6, Star Wars, which you saw, The Mandalorian and the Grogu.
Yeah.
10 million.
I've seen that one. Yeah.
And you said that was okay.
Yeah, it was entertaining.
Yep. I mean, that's all I look for when I'm going.
Yeah.
To you entertain me, I'm happy. Number 5, The Amazing Digital Circus, The Last Act.
Well, let me tell you about that one.
Okay.
I didn't go see it either.
I didn't either.
Never even heard of it.
I hadn't either. 12.7 million. Number 4, Obsession.
Yeah.
25.6 million. Ouch. Number 3, Back Rooms.
I saw that lightning right out
Did
there.
you? Yeah, I heard it come through your headset. Back Rooms, 25.9 million.
Yeah.
2nd, Masters of the Universe.
See, I wanted to go see that, but we just didn't find the time this week.
I wanted to, also I didn't make it. $29.3 million. And number 1, Scary Movie, $55 million. So that's what happened this past week.
The Goats fell out of the...
Goats is out.
It's out, huh?
Yep.
I liked that movie.
Yep, I did too. The Sheep Detective?
Yeah, the Sheep. Yeah, that was it. Sheep Detective.
Yeah, it was a good movie. You said it was entertaining, and I completely agreed with you.
Yeah.
Boy, it's coming down out in buckets now.
Yeah.
Our waterfall got wider.
Let's see. Let's see. A miracle in Los Angeles. The third place finisher is now getting first place in late ballots from areas with large homeless populations.
Yeah.
It's not striking that Democrats are picking up some votes in the interminable post-election vote counting. What is striking is that Nithya Raman, the weak third-place finisher, is suddenly getting substantial majorities in the late votes, despite weak polls and a weaker campaign. According to the New York Post, you know, one side of the
state to the other,
one side of the country.
Yeah, that one there had to hurt.
Yeah, well, that was several of them. One side of the country reporting on the other side, I guess. But the New York Post said Spencer Pratt's once comfortable lead in the Los Angeles mayoral primary has been slashed yet again as a fresh batch of ballots delivered another major boost to progressive city council member Nithya Raman in their race to the November runoff. New results released Saturday show Pratt's advantage over Raman shrinking to just 7,494 votes, down from more than 20,000 a day earlier. Roughly 78% of the ballots had been counted as of Saturday. Spencer Pratt's once comfortable lead in the Los Angeles mayoral primary has been slashed yet again as a fresh batch of ballots delivered another major boost to progressive city council member Nithya Raman in their race to the November runoff. Raman picked up 23,514 votes in the latest count, more than double Pratt's gain of 10,336. Her share of the vote jumped from 24.9% to 26.2%, while Pratt slipped from 28.2 to 27.3%. The dramatic shift has thrown new uncertainty into what had appeared to be a clear path to the November runoff for the former reality TV star. Just days ago, Pratt held a commanding lead over Raman and looked firmly positioned to face incumbent Mayor Karen Bass in November. Bass remained in first place with 235,180 votes, or 34.8%. Pratt stood at 184,596 votes, while Raman surged to 177,102. Even more striking is that Raman's most enthusiastic votes come from the Skid Row area. So, well,
leave it to California.
Yeah,
they never let you. There's always something. That's the one thing good about the business we're in. They give us lots of material.
Yeah.
You know, they're in New York. Both coasts give us a lot of material.
Yep.
So we appreciate it.
Well, the thing is that, you know, most other states, you know, they get their counting done
early
that day.
Yeah, it's finished.
And they should, in California, they should too. You know, if they can't do all their cheating in one day, then you're out.
Yeah, done. Yeah, exactly right. Here's what this is painful to even read.
Oh no,
it really is. You'll agree with me.
All right.
An Austrian flasher who exposed himself to a woman and her child was caught after he trapped his manhood in his zipper.
Uh-oh.
Stop saying pain. Police easily caught the pervert because he was doubled over in pain a few yards from where the woman reported the incident.
Oh,
kind of serves him right.
Oh, man.
But it hurts.
Yeah.
Just even read it, it hurt.
Let's see. I need to tell you about the folks at Midstate Paving. Their phone number is 573-627-2039. They're probably not going to do anything right at this moment.
No, probably not.
With all the rain coming down, but anyway, they do paving, chip seals, site work, drainage, striping, seal coating, septic services, grading, lake dredging and repair, and ponds, demolition, streets, parking lots, driveways. And the number again, 573-627-2039. If you want to see a good example of their paving work,
couple of them.
right across, what is this, Dunsford?
Dunsford, yep.
I always forget what this road is. Right across the street from us, Dunsford Drive, right across from the dentist's office. They did those parking lots, paved them and striped them and everything, and they look really nice. And then they chip sealed the lot at the American Legion post there in Bourbon. That's just a couple of things you can look at that's close. Again, they're numbered 573-627-2039 for Midstate Paving.
Well, according to the unofficial weather center here that I'm watching on my phone, this rain's here till about noon.
That's what my forecast said.
Yep, so you're right, which is not unusual that you be right on that.
Well,
I don't know if it's going to stay like
right.
this.
It's right if it quits raining before noon.
Yeah, right.
We've still got 4 hours
yeah.
or so to.
I mean, if it keeps, we will. I mean, we got a heck of a waterfall coming over the gutters here.
I'm one of those people who didn't, I don't. Wow, that one was pretty. But I don't care too much about the weather,
Sure.
If I go out and it's, wet, it's wet.
Yep.
If it snows or it's
cold.
hot, I'm not a person that obsesses about the weather. And people ask me, "Oh, what was the weather forecast today?" And I don't know.
just read it.
They're like, "Didn't you read it this morning?" Yeah, but probably, I would say 15 minutes, but probably 3 minutes after I read the weather, I have no idea what it says.
We got some holidays for today.
All right.
Today is Best Friends Day. Did you know that?
No.
In case you didn't, now you do.
Okay.
So contact your best friend and take him to lunch. And if I'm your best friend, I'm available. Call me.
If you need a best friend.
Yeah, I'm available for lunch too, so call. Betty Picnic Day. I was going to look that up, and I didn't do it.
I think I looked it up last year, and I think it's when all the people named Betty need to meet, like in the park, and have a picnic.
Yeah, take your water wings today.
Well, maybe this afternoon.
Yeah, make it a late lunch. You'll be all right. It'll be muddy, but you'll be okay.
Wear your water shoes.
And I'm all in on this next one.
All right.
Jelly-filled donut day.
Yeah, yes.
I mean, your phone might beep at you telling you got too much sugar, but
yeah,
it'll go back.
Yeah.
Name your poison day.
Jelly-filled donuts.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, what they're talking about is an alcoholic beverage. You just name your poison. You remember you'll walk up to the bartender. He goes, "Name your poison."
I'm going to stick with jelly-filled donuts.
I'm so far I've got nothing that beats that. National Caribbean American HIV/AIDS Awareness Day. Thomas Paine Day.
Yeah, Thomas Paine.
Tom Paine. You know,
he wrote Common Sense.
Common Sense. Yes, he did.
And something else.
Well, that was the pamphlet that he wrote.
Yeah.
And
he was a deist.
Yes.
He was one of the founding fathers who, people always point to him and Thomas Jefferson. Thomas Jefferson was a deist, although Thomas Jefferson went to church.
Yep.
Had a seat in the front of the church, I think.
Yeah, he had his own seat.
But they believed that there was, a deist believes that there is a higher power that created the world. They don't necessarily believe that he or it or she or whatever meddles in the affairs of us.
Correct.
But that's kind of what they do believe in a
God. They don't believe in miracles or things like that.
Correct. Yeah. Right. They don't. They generally accept that Jesus Christ was a historical figure. They don't necessarily believe he was the Son of God.
Correct.
So. But anyway, so people point to we're not a Christian nation because Thomas Jefferson and Thomas Paine, they were.
The country was founded under Christian principles.
Well, of course it was.
There's no doubt about it.
But people want to argue that. So.
Upsy Daisy Day.
Okay.
So, World Brain Tumor Day. Well, I've known people that have had them. World Oceans Day. There's a few of them out there.
We know, like Bob Cosgrove.
Yeah, Bob had one. Yep. Yeah. National Little League Baseball Week.
Okay.
Okay.
Not going to be playing baseball this morning.
World America the Beautiful Week. Bed Bug Awareness Week.
Where is in Springfield now?
What's that?
So on some street in Springfield, they put rumble strips.
Yeah.
And if you drive over it at exactly 40 miles an hour,
it sings America the Beautiful.
It doesn't sing it.
Plays
it.
Your
tires sing it, I
Your
guess.
tires play it.
Yeah.
Healthcare Executive Appreciation Week. That should be every week, every day. National Flag Football Week. National Fragrance Week. Whatever. National Frozen Yogurt Week. Okay. National Headache Awareness Week. I had one of them this morning. National Shampoo Week. I used that this morning. Pet Appreciation Week. I appreciate it, but I'm glad everybody else has got them.
Massage your scalp with this shampoo.
I did. Yeah. It wasn't much hair to do, so it just makes me feel good. Our Teacher Thank You Week. Well, that should have been a few weeks ago when we were still in school, so use it for summer school. And National Fishing and Boating Week. That's what you can celebrate today.
Schmigadoon won Best Musical at the 79th Tony Awards yesterday, while Liberation won Best New Play.
Ouch.
Wow. The awards come as Broadway's 2025-26 season grossed a record $1.9 billion in ticket sales, up 3.5% from last year, with attendance up 1.8%. Plays drove higher attendance, surging nearly 14%, while attendance at musicals dropped 4.7%. Live entertainment has proved robust since the COVID-19 pandemic, even as consumers pull back from other forms of discretionary spending in recent years. Live Nation says concert ticket sales are projected to rise 11% this year.
Wow.
The effect of a Tony Award can bump ticket prices up to 17% the month after the awards and may extend to shows run by months. I guess, I don't know, I'm not going to read this, but I guess the Tony Awards are named in memory of Antoinette Tony Perry.
Did not know that.
No. So
Was Schmigadoon, like, is that just a spinoff of Brigadoon? Or that was a Broadway also.
I don't really know.
Okay. It doesn't really matter, does it?
It sounds like it.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
What's the best car you ever owned? Your opinion. Best car you ever owned.
Best car I ever owned.
I would say probably it's maybe your favorite car.
So my favorite car was probably my first one. I probably should have never got rid of it.
Why did you get rid of it? That's the next question.
Because I was young and the car was old.
Yeah.
Old.
Oh yeah.
Because I started driving in '79 and it was a '67 Impala. 67 Chevy Impala. It was a 2-door fastback, and I went over it. I completely reupholstered it. I painted it.
You worked at an upholstery shop, didn't you?
Well, I did, yeah. I put Krager SS's on it, and
are they still in business?
I don't know. I don't worry about such things anymore. But like it had an AM radio in it, and I took it. I bought a top of the line, one of the highest, Krakow radios that you can buy at Walmart.
Yep.
It was a AM/FM cassette, and then I added a 8-track player under the dash.
That's what I had, an 8-track, yeah.
So I could play cassettes or 8-track.
I was trying to think of where I bought mine. It was big, but the name of the company was big where I bought it, but I can't think of.
Oh, I don't know. But anyway, I don't know. I don't know if Krakow's still or Krakow, whatever it is.
Krakow's what I always called it. I don't know if that's right or not.
I don't know if they're even still in business.
Nah, I don't know. It's like Krager. I don't know if Krager's still in business.
I used to put radios in people's cars.
Sure.
And so I have a convertible that's 20 years old. It's an 06.
Okay. Yeah.
Solstice,
yeah.
Right? It's sitting out in
Parking
the parking
out there,
lot.
You're getting wet.
Yeah. And, I try to drive it every so often, so keep the battery charged up and everything. Well, I decided, since my other car, they have the Cadillac and the Chevy both have the screens, and you can do the Apple CarPlay and stuff like that. Well, I thought, the Solstice should have that.
Sure.
So I bought me, and my favorite car radio has always been Pioneer.
Right.
My favorite radio, period, has always been the Pioneer brand. So I bought me a Pioneer with the flat screen in it, and I just thought I would swap it out. Yeah, well, so the days of taking the nuts off the front of the radio and pushing it out and splicing in the wires for the couple of speakers or whatever. No, this thing, it has a, and I, if I'd have read better when I don't know, but it's got a GPS antenna. I had to, they sent a little microphone. I had to find a place to wire it into, near the top, so it could hear me talk. And,
right.
And then you had to buy, along with it, you had to buy a module that, because some of the radio things are integrated into the steering wheel and stuff like that, you had to buy oh my gosh, I spent 3 days.
No kidding.
Yeah. With my dad laughing at me most of the time, because I used to be able to swap out a radio inside an hour.
Well, most of them, you had a couple of screws in the top and the bottom, and then you had, when you pulled your knobs off, you had not set screws, but the big nuts and it screwed onto them.
Yeah, well, that was double days. But anyway,
unplugged it and plugged the new one back in.
That hurt. So anyway, back to the probably my '67 Chevy Impala. Had a 283 V8 in it, and I wish I still had that car. I did have later on probably one of the best driving cars that I had. I think it was a '77 Monte Carlo.
Okay.
And
the boats.
It was the last of the big ones. It was the
it
78.
Was 4 blocks long.
The 78, they went down to whatever I can't remember what the body car was, but the 77.
My brother had one of those.
Monte Carlo had the 4 stacked square headlights.
Yep.
And it had a 350 in it, and it was a nice ride. It was a Brougham,
vinyl top and
had the
half vinyl.
And had the cloth seats, and everything was electric. And anyway, that was probably my second favorite car. And anyway, what was your favorite?
65 Impala Super Sport.
Really?
That was my baby. I had a 1960 Falcon I had bought, and it didn't have, my right rear leaf spring was broke, and there was no driver floorboard. But I only paid $60 for it.
Oh, I had a Chevy Nova that you could see through the floorboard.
Yeah, well, I got that all fixed up and drove it for a year, almost 2 years, actually, almost 2 years. Sold it for $120. And then went out, and my mom and dad had a 62 4-door Impala, cherry red. I'll never forget that thing. And that was, I felt like I was driving Miss Daisy. Driving that thing around, it just didn't work. So I sold that, actually traded that in on my 65 Impala Super Sport.
Yeah.
And that was in 1970. I bought that right before I went in service, so in 71. Had to buy it in 71. So
I bought that. After my wife and I got married and we needed another car, I bought a 76 Spirit of America Nova. It was white with a red and blue stripe on it, and I always felt like it was a Flintstones car because I could almost stick my feet through the floorboard. And the clutch went out of it, and I just drove, because all I did was drive it to the commuter parking lot and back, and so I'd put it in neutral and warm the car up, and then shut it off, put it in first gear, and start it rolling down the street, at 4 o'clock in the morning, and there wasn't anybody out there, so I just drive it. We are AM 1560 KTUI Sullivan. It's 73 degrees, raining, and it's 8 o'clock. Here's the news.
Breaking news this hour from Town Hall. Amit Thomason. Hold your fire. President Trump's appeal to Israel and Iran. Iran's military now says it will halt offensive operations, and the president is urging America's ally Israel to turn the other cheek.
President Trump is concerned that any Israeli retaliation could derail ongoing negotiations between the U.S. and Iran. An American official quoted by Axios News said Mr. Trump had told Benjamin Netanyahu to hold off because, in his words, we are close to doing something good in terms of a deal. The conversation was calmer than an angry phone call last week between the two leaders. President Trump told the Financial Times that Mr. Netanyahu would have to accept any deal the U.S. secures with Iran because he won't have a choice. He said of the Israeli Prime Minister, I call the shots, he doesn't call the shots.
That's BBC's Sarah Smith. Tonight, the president plans to be on hand for Game 3 of the NBA Finals at New York's Madison Square Garden. At nearby Penn Station, 6 people suffered stab wounds last night. A suspect is being held by police. In Toledo, the hunt for 2 shooting suspects goes on.
At least 12 people were shot at an Ohio street festival. Authorities say a shooting near the busy Old West End Festival in Ohio happened Saturday. It's an annual gathering of live music and home tours in a historic district.
We had some unfortunate incident happened here in Toledo.
Deputy Police Chief Joe Hefferman says it appears that at least 2 people fired weapons.
I think they were probably shooting at each other.
At least a dozen were hit by bullets.
2 of them critical.
Police are still searching for suspects with nobody yet in custody.
We're processing the scene. We do have some evidence. We're following up on some leads.
Audio courtesy WTOI. I'm Hayajwani.
Ahead of this morning's opening bell on Wall Street, the Dow futures up 116 points. NASDAQ futures ahead 448. More on these stories, townhall.com.
Health insurance rates are surging in America, leaving millions without affordable options. If you're sick of having paychecks eaten up by healthcare costs or dealing with mega corporations, and listen to this. Christians don't need to waste money on a broken system. That I want to tell you about Christian Healthcare Ministries. It's an alternative to traditional health insurance at half the cost. With CHM, fellow believers contribute monthly to help pay each other's medical bills. There's no enrollment period, so you can join anytime. And you aren't restricted to provider networks, so you choose the doctors and hospitals you want. It's that simple. CHM is not insurance. It's a ministry that puts faith into action. Feel the difference of financial support and biblical care from fellow believers. Join CHM today by visiting chministries.org/wellness. That's chministries.org/wellness.
China's leader goes next door.
Chinese President Xi Jinping has arrived in Pyongyang in his first visit to North Korea in 7 years, which meant to reassert China's unique influence over North Korea in return for providing economic and political benefits. She's expected to hold a summit with North Korean leader Kim Jong-un, but most foreign experts predict the meeting would have big ramifications on bilateral ties and beyond, and both leaders restore their traditional cooperation in the face of separate confrontations with the US. China has long been North Korea's economic lifeline and main diplomatic backer. I'm Charles Tillerthesma.
Powerful 7.8 magnitude earthquake has rocked the southern Philippines. At least 32 people were killed. Most of those deaths occurring in a landslide. Today's quake causing buildings to collapse and also triggered small tsunamis. News and analysis, townhall.com. Well, regardless of what President Trump tries to do, seems there's always a court challenge waiting in the wings.
A federal lawsuit seeks to halt the upcoming UFC fight card on the White House South Lawn, time for President Donald Trump's 80th birthday and part of the celebration of the nation's 250th anniversary. The filing Saturday by the Public Integrity Project on behalf of 2 Virginia residents contends the Trump administration's authorization of the June 14th event violated National Park Service regulations prohibiting sporting events on federal park lands. It also says Congress did not consent to the towering arch overlooking the event space. The White House says the lawsuit is baseless. I'm Gethin Coolball.
Denny Hamlin has prevailed at Michigan International, earning his 2nd consecutive NASCAR Cup Series victory from the pole position. More on these stories, townhall.com.
Missouri Net News, I'm Matt Pilger. As you plan summer travel, expect heavy World Cup traffic as Kansas City hosts 6 FIFA matches at Arrowhead Stadium. Ashley Bird has this.
Congestion will be highest on interstates 70, 35, 435 around the airport.
The launch of Healthy Snap in Missouri has been delayed until February of next year. In a press release, the Department of Social Services says the new start date was chosen to allow the state to thoroughly incorporate feedback from local grocers, agricultural partners, and community stakeholders. More than 11,000 school buses across Missouri have been inspected ahead of the next school year. Lieutenant Eric Brown with the Missouri State Highway Patrol says the issues found can vary depending on the bus and the route it travels.
A rural bus could experience some issues that a bus that primarily operates in an urban area doesn't see.
This is Missouri Net.
This is a special alert to all Americans who own a vehicle with less than 200,000 miles with an auto warranty about to expire or with no warranty coverage at all. Due to a decline in the economy, CarShield is announcing a low-cost month-to-month vehicle protection plan that is now available to the public to save any driver out-of-pocket expenses on future auto repairs. Call now to find out how you can pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. Yes, you heard that correctly. Pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. An open phone line has been established for all drivers to call for a free quick quote. Call 800-374-0758 now. Drivers who are covered will not have to pay for covered repairs again. This protection plan is at an all-time low. Additionally, drivers who activate this vehicle protection today will also receive free roadside assistance, free towing, and car rental options at no additional cost. Call us for your free quick quote today. 800-374-0758. That's 800-374-0758. What do you have to lose? Call 800-374-0758. Again, 800-374-0758.
It's time to slide into a deal with Seidenstrucker Nobe Partners. Right now, catch 0% financing for 84 months on a John Deere 1025R compact tractor package for as low as $269 a month. This one machine is built to do it all. Mow, move, dig, and clear with ease. Don't wait, this offer ends June 30th. Slide into a deal today at Seidenstrucker Nobe Partners, asnpartners.com.
Offer valid through 6/30/2026. Some restrictions apply. See dealer for details.
Is your business's cash flow moving as fast as you are? At Sullivan Bank, our Treasury Management Department is here to accelerate your success. From ACH services and remote check depositing to advanced money movement and fraud prevention, we offer a vast array of products to secure and support your business at every level. You'll have a dedicated full-service support team of live local experts ready to help. Streamline your business workflows and get the peace of mind you deserve. Call Sullivan Bank today.
A 16-year-old boy was shot and killed Saturday afternoon inside a North St. Louis convenience store. According to the St. Louis Metropolitan Police Department, officers responded shortly after 4:10 p.m. to a shooting at Yeatman Market in the 4300 block of Lee Avenue in the city's O'Fallon neighborhood. When officers arrived, they found 16-year-old Oliver Williams suffering from a gunshot wound inside the store. He was pronounced at the scene. Police initially identified the victim as an adult male, but later corrected the information and confirmed the victim was Williams. Homicide detectives have taken over the investigation. No information regarding a suspect, possible motive, or arrests have been released. There was a crash involving several vehicles early this morning on I-70 that has left one person dead. According to the St. Louis Metropolitan Police Department, a 5-vehicle crash happened about 1:30 this morning on westbound I-70 at Branch Street. Police said one person was killed, another was injured, and accident reconstruction investigators were responding. Westbound lanes of I-70 at Branch were shut down as crews were working to clear the scene. 2 people were killed yesterday in a collision involving a passenger car and a semi-truck at the junction of US 36 and Missouri Route 33. About 2 miles west of Osborne. The Missouri State Highway Patrol said the crash occurred approximately 11:53 a.m. Investigators say a northbound 2012 Peterbilt semi driven by a 44-year-old Renton, Washington man was crossing eastbound US 36 when an eastbound 2007 Saturn Aura struck the trailer. The Chillicothe woman and a 43-year-old male passenger from St. Joseph were pronounced at the scene by the DeKalb County Deputy Coroner. A 41-year-old Bernie man died early yesterday morning at 1 a.m. after a single-vehicle rollover crash on Missouri Route 25 about 2 miles south of Bernie. According to the patrol, the driver of a 2001 Ford F-150 was traveling northbound. The pickup ran off the right side of the roadway, struck a fence, overturned, and came to rest on its side. The driver, who was not wearing a seatbelt, was pronounced at the scene by the Stoddard County Coroner. A 44-year-old man from Lowman died Saturday about 2 p.m. after a single-vehicle crash on Route D north of Hilltop Lane in Cole County. Troopers reported the driver of a 2005 Ford F-150 was traveling northbound. The vehicle left the roadway, struck a ditch, and then hit 2 fences. He was pronounced by a doctor at the scene. The trooper said he was not wearing a seatbelt. And a 21-year-old Washington man was killed late Friday night when the vehicle he was riding in left the roadway and struck a tree on County Farm Road north of Depping Drive in Warren County. The crash occurred approximately 11:30 p.m. According to investigators, a 22-year-old woman from Washington was driving a 2012 Kia Optima when the vehicle traveled off the left side of the roadway and struck a tree. The 21-year-old passenger was not wearing a seatbelt and was pronounced at the scene. The driver suffered moderate injuries and was transported by Warren County Ambulance to SSM St. Joseph Hospital, Lake St. Louis. A second passenger, a 24-year-old man from Wright City, suffered serious injuries and was flown by Arch Air Medical to Mercy Hospital in St. Louis. According to the Highway Patrol, 22-year-old Madison Baxter was later arrested and charged with driving while intoxicated, first-degree involuntary manslaughter, and second-degree assault in connection with the crash. She was being held at the Warren County Jail without bond. 2 drivers were injured in a head-on collision yesterday evening on Route A near Pottery Road in Franklin County. According to the Missouri State Highway Patrol, the crash occurred approximately 6:45 p.m. A 21-year-old Washington man was driving a 2020 Chevrolet Malibu, swerved into the opposite lane to avoid a vehicle that had stopped to make a left turn onto Pottery Road. The Malibu crossed into the northbound lane and collided head-on with a 2004 Ford F-150 driven by a 64-year-old man from Union. Both drivers suffered minor injuries. They were transported by Washington EMS to Mercy Hospital in Washington. Both vehicles were totaled and towed from the scene. A 2-vehicle crash at US 67 en route JJ in St. Francis County left 3 people injured Saturday afternoon, including 1 passenger who suffered serious injuries. The Highway Patrol said the crash happened about 2:33 p.m. Investigators say a 71-year-old man from Cadet was driving a 2016 Chevrolet 1500, failed to yield to a northbound 2025 Chevrolet Traverse driven by a 74-year-old man from DeSoto. The front of the Traverse struck the right side of the pickup. The driver from Cadet suffered minor injuries and was transported by the St. Francis County Ambulance District to Parkland Health Center South. The driver from DeSoto suffered moderate injuries and was taken by ambulance to Mercy Hospital in St. Louis. An 82-year-old passenger from DeSoto sustained serious injuries and was flown by Air Evac 8 to Mercy Hospital St. Louis for treatment. Both vehicles were totaled and towed from the scene. And a woman from Bell was injured Friday afternoon after reportedly falling asleep while driving on Highway 28 near County Road 449 in Marys County. The patrol said the crash occurred about 12:05 p.m. A 69-year-old woman from Bell was driving a 2018 Ford Escape eastbound when she fell asleep. Her vehicle traveled off the left side of the roadway, struck a tree, and overturned. She sustained minor injuries and was transported by Osage EMS to Capital Region Hospital for treatment. The SUV was totaled and towed from the scene. The Missouri Department of Corrections announced that an inmate at the Jefferson City Correctional Center died last Thursday. A release from the department states that Stanley Kanaga was pronounced dead at about 6:30 p.m. on Thursday. The 36-year-old Kanaga was serving a life sentence out of Jasper County for first-degree murder, first-degree burglary, stealing, second-degree arson, and abandonment of a corpse. He started his sentence August 30th of 2023. The department states that an autopsy will be performed. Bridge work set to begin today on the Missouri Route 8 bridge over the Merrimack River in Crawford County, southeast of St. James. Construction crews working with the Missouri Department of Transportation will rehabilitate the bridge to repair areas of soil erosion where material has washed away near the bridge substructure. Intermittent lane closures will be in place with flaggers guiding traffic through the work zone through the end of August. All work is weather permitting and schedules are subject to change. And the planned closure of the Washington County Route W bridge over Ashley Branch is scheduled to start today. Crews working with the Missouri Department of Transportation will close the bridge to all traffic beginning today. It will remain closed around the clock through the end of July. During the closure, motorists will need to use alternate routes. That is a look at your local news on a Monday. I'm Sam Scott.
New Testament Baptist Church in Sullivan is starting a new addiction recovery ministry called Life Issues. It's a biblical approach to the 12 steps, bringing scriptural principles into personal focus and making them come alive for transformational living. Whether you struggle with addictions, food, depression, anxiety, or relationships, you'll be encouraged to see how others have found a new way of life with hope for the future through this program. Life Issues will meet weekly on Thursdays at 6:30 p.m. at New Testament Baptist Church. You're not alone. To find out more, contact New Testament Baptist Church at 573-468-3334.
Ready for a superior banking experience? At FCNB Bank, we've been serving our neighbors for 120 years, and we're still moving forward. As a community bank, we're committed to enriching your financial journey every step of the way. With enhanced online banking, an improved mobile app, contactless debit cards, and more, FCNB gives you the power to bank smarter, faster, and on your terms, wherever life takes you. Your next chapter starts right here.
Funeral announcements on Mondays are brought to you by Healing Stone Monuments in Sullivan.
At Healing Stone Monument Company, Brad Henson simplifies the process of designing and ordering a memorial without any sacrifice of quality, craftsmanship, or selection. Healing Stone offers beautiful custom design monuments and engravings, or you can choose from their extensive selection of stock design. Healing Stone monuments are of the highest quality and they stand by their products and services. Call 468-6979 or stop in for a free consultation in creating a traditional or non-traditional memorial for your loved one. Healing Stone is located on Cumberland Way across from the library in Sullivan.
In recent funeral notices, Thomas Lee Christie of Owensville passed away Friday, May 29th at the age of 15. Survived by his mother, Laura L. Butler, brothers Dakota Brooks of Sullivan, Seth Weidman of St. Louis, Andrew Weidman of St. Louis, and Tucker Christie of Owensville, and sisters Cammie Evans Christie of Gerald and Sue Ann Pearson of St. Louis. A visitation will be held from 4 until 8 p.m. this evening at the Gottenstrader Chapel in Owensville. Mary Catherine Kathy Pinnell of Steelville passed away Wednesday, June 3rd at the age of 96. Survived by her children, Bill Pinnell and wife Carol of Albuquerque, New Mexico, Steve Pinnell and wife Jenny of Columbia, South Carolina, Debbie Malincrot and husband Jim of Overland Park, Kansas, and Diane Pinnell of Cuba. 7 grandchildren, 7 great-grandchildren, other relatives, many friends. Funeral services will be held Wednesday at 1 p.m. at the Hudson Funeral Home in Steelville. Burial will be in the Liberty Cemetery in Steelville. Visitation will be Wednesday from 11 a.m. until the time of services at 1 at the Hudson Funeral Home in Steelville. Ronald Dennis Ron Lee of Cuba passed away Tuesday, June 2nd at the age of 65. Survived by his wife Sarah, a brother Robert Bob Lee and wife Mary of St. Louis, a special niece Angela Greer of Lenexa, Kansas, special great-nephews Ethan Greer and Isaac Greer of Lenexa, numerous other nieces and nephews, cousins, other relatives, and friends. A massive Christian burial will be held Thursday at 11 a.m. at Holy Cross Catholic Church in Cuba. Visitation will be Thursday from 10 a.m. until the time of services at 11 at Holy Cross Catholic Church in Cuba. Memorial contributions may be made to the Cuba Animal Shelter in the name of Ron Lee. All arrangements under the direction of the Hudson Funeral Home of Cuba. Nate Alexander Strange of St. Clair passed away Friday, June 5th at the age of 21. Survived by his parents, Dan Strange of St. Clair, and Brittany Castello and husband Anthony of Republic. 4 siblings, Charity Strange of Imperial, Alexia Strange of Sullivan, Tegan Strange of St. Clair, and Raylyn Castello of Republic. His grandparents, Ronald and Kathy Strange of Londell, and Tammy Castello of Mountain View. Funeral services will be held Thursday at 11 a.m. at the Connection Church in St. Clair. Burial will be in the Crestview Memorial Park in St. Clair. Visitation will be held from 3 until 8 p.m. on Wednesday at the Russell Colonial Funeral Home, and then again after 9 a.m. on Thursday at the Connection Church in St. Clair. Funeral announcements on Mondays are brought to you by Healing Stone Monuments in Sullivan.
This is like a puzzle. This Medicare stuff's so confusing.
The right piece for your Medicare puzzle? Strasser Senior Services. For over 20 years, Clark Strasser has been your local Medicare resource. Clark will even come to your home for a no-cost consultation. Medicare Gap, Medicare Advantage plans. As you become Medicare eligible, you need to talk to a local expert. Clark Strasser and Strasser Senior Services. Call 573-308-5255. Online at StrasserSeniorServices.com. Your local Medicare resource.
Finding the specialty healthcare you need doesn't have to mean long drives. Missouri Baptist Sullivan Hospital, part of BJC Healthcare, proudly provides advanced specialties and services right here in our community. Our specialties include cardiology, orthopedics, oncology, women's health, and more. Exceptional care close to home. You deserve both. Call 573-468-4186 to learn more.
AP Sports, I'm Gethin Coolbaugh. Alexander Zverev overcame cramps to win his first career Grand Slam major title with a 5-set victory over Flavio Caboli at the French Open.
I let go, I kind of hit my shots a bit more and just let go. And then of course the 5th set went my way, and I'm happy about that and happy to be sitting next to this beautiful trophy for the first time.
In golf, Nelly Korda won the 81st U.S. Women's Open for her second consecutive major victory. JT Poston lost a 4-shot lead but rallied for a playoff victory over Ryan Gerard at the Memorial. Denny Hamlin earned his second consecutive NASCAR Cup Series victory from the pole at Michigan International Speedway. And in hockey, Oilers star Connor McDavid matched Wayne Gretzky by winning his 5th Ted Lindsay Award as the NHL's most outstanding player as voted by his peers. Gethin Coolbaugh, AP Sports.
Missouri Nut Sports, I'm Bill Pollock. The Royals held off the Twins, taking 3 out of 4 from their division rivals with a 6-5 win. Starling Marte hit a 3-run homer. Bobby Witt Jr. left the game in the 7th with a sore knee after going 0 for 4 with 3 strikeouts. The Royals have the day off. The St. Louis Battlehawks season is over, a 29-20 loss to the Louisville Kings. In the UFL semifinals at the Dome in St. Louis, Luis Perez, 249 yards, a touchdown, and an interception. And mandatory minicamp starts tomorrow for the Chiefs. Bill Pollock, Missouri Net Sports.
At the Missouri Veterans Home,
we like to say anything that a veteran did prior to moving in here, we want to figure out how they can still do it.
We want to focus on making this feel like home.
They treat me just like family, and I do like it. I'm one of the smartest moves I've made.
Start your application now at mvc.dps.mo.gov. That's mvc.dps.mo.gov. A message from the Missouri Veterans Commission.
Why be at the forefront of childhood cancer research? At St. Jude, we do it because every innovation we make is a moment we give to children with cancer everywhere. But we can't do it without you. Help St. Jude give children with cancer more moments. Moments that can last a lifetime. Learn more at stjude.org.
With Ricky Orton, I'm John Rooney, and yesterday at Busch Stadium, the Cardinals fell behind. Back-to-back home runs by Matt McLain and Tyler Stevenson against Michael McGreevy, but the Cardinals got back-to-back doubles from Burleson and Walker, and a 2-run homer from Brian Torres to go up 3-2. McLain tied it with a home run, but 2 errors in the 8th inning by the Reds, and the Cardinals swept the Reds, winning 5-3.
Reds pitching gave up an awful lot of walks in the game, a lot of base runners for the Cardinals. They couldn't get the big knockout blow, but they did get enough to win. Michael McGreevy made the start, only 2 runs in 6 innings. His ERA still under 3.
Ryan Stanek came on to get a couple of big outs in the 8th inning and got the win, and a save for Riley O'Brien.
The bullpen was really good. 1 run scored against George Soriano, but nothing but zeros after that.
The Cardinals have won 4 in a row, and they have a 35-28 record going to New York, and we're on the air at 5:15 Central tomorrow night.
It's Ben from Level 9 Heating and Cooling. If I could give homeowners one piece of advice this summer, it would be this. If your air conditioner struggled last summer, making weird noises, running constantly, or barely even keeping up with your home, don't wait until you're stuck in the middle of a breakdown. Every summer we see this happen. The hottest days arrive, the systems start failing, and suddenly everyone's calling in for service at the same time. That's why now is the perfect time to schedule a clean-and-check appointment or have the conversation about replacing an older system before it turns into an emergency. And listen, you know we're not the company that's going to show up, try to sell you the biggest, most expensive thing possible. We've never been that company, and that's never been our style. We'll give you honest recommendations, explain your options, and help you make the decision that's best for your home and your budget. Give us a call today at 636-259-COOL and let us keep your family comfortable all summer long. Level 9 Heating and Cooling, raising the standard one home at a time.
It is 26 minutes past the hour of 8 o'clock here on a Monday morning. Boy, the rain's been coming down. We got a little dampness in the basement here.
I'll tell you what, it's about getting pretty near time to call Noah.
Yeah.
And I'm not talking about the radio weather either.
I can't remember the basement flooding last year. It was pretty dry, I think.
It's coming out of that sump pump. It's really pumping it out of there right now.
Well, we got 3 sump pumps down there. But it always pumps like that.
Yeah.
But, I don't know. Let's see. It is coming up on 27 past the hour of 8 o'clock. Our weather forecast here brought to you by the folks at Lacey Mobile Glass, your only local auto glass company. If you need an estimate, just call Mark Lacey, 573-259-1248. Pretty nice guy.
He's a nice guy.
We talked to him last week at
the chamber
luncheon, which was nice.
Yeah, it was.
Quite a few people. I got my first mosquito bite of the season.
Did you really down there?
Yeah.
Probably got malaria now.
Anyway, so call Mark, 573-259-1248. Partly sunny skies for us today. Sure don't look like it right now.
No, it don't.
This says 70% chance of showers and thunderstorms. I'm going to go out on a limb and say we're going to 100%.
Yep, I agree with that.
But they're saying it's going to quit before noon. High's going to be around 82. Partly cloudy tonight, 30% chance of showers and thunderstorms, low around 69. Mostly sunny tomorrow. There's a 30% chance of showers between 8 a.m. and 10 a.m., high near 89. Heat index could be up to 100 degrees tomorrow.
Man, it's
mostly clear tomorrow night, low around 72. Sunny tomorrow, high near 91. Mostly clear on Wednesday night. 30% chance of showers and thunderstorms after 1 a.m., low around 72. Then mostly sunny on Thursday. 60% chance of showers and thunderstorms, possibly a thunderstorm, they're saying, in the afternoon on Thursday. High near 89. Right, the airport thermometer must be getting warm rain over there. They're saying 75 degrees. Here we've gone down to 71 degrees. Sarah Vasali has a birthday today. And then Russ and Donna Stein, 52 years today. Happy anniversary. David and Tina Lawrence, 41. And Ricky and Nicole Kottner, 13. Happy anniversary to those couples.
You bet. I'm going to give you some information, things you didn't know yesterday.
Well, that covers a wide range.
Well, yeah, that's why I wrote them down, because I didn't know them either.
Okay.
Sharks are older than trees. Did you know that? Sharks have been swimming in the oceans for roughly 400 million years.
Okay.
And the earliest trees didn't evolve till around 350 million years ago. So sharks are 50 million years older than trees. If you buy that, and how they found that, I don't know if somebody told them or what. Shark said, "Yeah, I'm 400 million years old." Yeah, I don't have any idea. Venus, the planet, spins backwards.
What?
Yep. Unlike every other planet in the solar system, Venus rotates clockwise on its axis, meaning the sun rises in the west and sets in the east. So if I go there, I'm going to get confused. So I'm not going to go there.
All right.
Now here's something that just blew me away.
All right.
Honey.
Yes.
Never spoils.
No, I knew that.
Okay.
I did know that. Yeah.
Archaeologists have found pots of honey in ancient Egyptian tombs that are over 3,000 years old and still perfectly edible. They can have it. I'll pass.
No, I knew that.
I did not know that.
Now sometimes whatever it is, maybe the sugar or something separates, but you can blend it back up, and I don't know. But I had heard that before, yeah.
I'll give you a chance on one here, see if you know this one.
Oh, okay.
What's the average color of the universe?
The average color?
Of the universe.
The average color of the universe. Black?
That's what I thought.
I don't know.
Cosmic latte.
Oh.
I don't know if you got to get it with cream or whipped cream or what. Cosmic latte. According to a 2002 study by astronomers, the light from all galaxies in the universe averages out to a beige color close to white.
So Cosmic Latte was not in the original box of eight crayons.
No. That wasn't the basics.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I know the 8 basic colors that came in a box of crayons, but
now, I thought latte was the size.
No, latte is like a coffee drink.
Yeah, but isn't it grande and latte? Isn't latte? Is that, I don't drink them, so I don't. Okay.
No, venti.
Venti, that's it. That's what. Yeah.
That's what turned me off to Starbucks. You know, I pulled
it's
up
a different vocabulary.
I know. I said, give me a large, what was it? Strawberry tea.
Yeah.
I don't drink coffee, so my wife wanted something, so they're like, oh, a grande? I don't know. Is that your largest? No, the largest would be a venti. I was like, a what? A venti. And I said,
give me one now.
I go, okay, well, give me the largest tea. So a venti? Is that your largest one? Yes. Fine. So I'm not coming back here.
Yeah, I went through that the one time I went, and I asked a medium cup of coffee. And she goes, well, we don't have medium. I said, do you know a small, medium, large? No, we don't have medium. I said, what size do you have? And she went through the sizes.
Yeah.
And the cups were sitting in the back.
Yeah.
I said, see those back there? And she goes, yes. I said, see the second one from the right? I said, yes. I said, what's that? And she said, she told me. I said, no, that's a medium. Give me one of those.
Well, it's like
I had no idea.
I can remember. I guess McDonald's did away with the 2 cheeseburger meal.
Yeah. Yep.
And I haven't paid any attention whether they ever brought it back or not. But
I'm not sure.
But because I think it was a popular. Anyway.
Sure.
My wife liked that.
You used to have a double cheeseburger meal, and I like that.
Well. Anyway, so I go up to the, the call box, which I'm not a big drive-through fan.
No, I only go inside.
But anyway, I go up and I say, I want the 2 cheeseburger meal or whatever the number was.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, we don't have that anymore. You don't have the 2 cheeseburger? No. I said, well, can I get a cheeseburger meal with an extra cheeseburger? Well, that's not a meal. It's like, it's pretty much a meal.
Yeah. It is for me.
Yeah. Yeah, I was like, well, can I get the cheeseburger meal with an extra cheeseburger? Well, I guess.
He's do his world all upside down there.
I was like, oh my gosh, what is this world coming to?
Crazy.
I don't know. My wife always tells me, it's you.
No, it's not.
It's like,
no, it can't be.
Yeah. Bumblebees. You were talking about.
About honey.
Honey.
Yeah.
Well, those are honeybees. Bumblebees are not honeybees.
Those hurt.
Yeah. Bumblebees have demonstrated the ability to carry out spontaneous problem solving.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Do they sting you?
A study published last week reveals the animal is the first non-vertebrate to pass a test compared to the box and banana experiment for chimpanzees.
Now, who in the world paid to have that done?
I don't know. In the 1910s, German psychologist Wolfgang Kohler placed a banana outside the reach of a chimpanzee. In one experiment, he placed several boxes nearby, and the chimpanzee realized that he could stack the objects to reach the treat. Other large-brained animals, including elephants and birds, have since shown a similar capacity for what Kohler called insight learning. In the latest experiment, researchers trained bumblebees to associate a blue flower with a treat and to recognize that a styrofoam ball was harmless. In several experiments, the bumblebee showed the capacity to manipulate the ball to reach the treat. The bee is now the smallest brained animal to ever pass the Kohler test.
I don't know that I could do that.
Manipulate a styrofoam ball?
Yeah, I'm not sure. Yeah. Kick it out of my way. That's not manipulation, is it?
Yeah, I don't know.
It's just getting rid of it.
But now you know that bumblebees are smarter than the average bear.
Speaking of smart,
yeah.
Do you know that more than a third of Americans, more than a third of them,
okay,
think they could do a better job than President Trump?
All right. I don't doubt that they think that.
Yeah, more than a third of them do.
Yeah.
I don't.
Yeah.
But I really don't care. I just want him to do a good job.
Yeah, me too.
Of course, we wanted Biden to do a good job.
Yeah, I did.
You know.
I don't think he did, but
no, but that's what we wanted him to do.
Right.
So if you're one of those 1/3 that think you can do a better job,
yeah, good luck.
Yeah, knock yourself out.
Well, 19-year-old Mira Andreeva routed Maja Chwolinska to win the women's singles title at the French Open Saturday, becoming the youngest to do so since Monica Seles in 1992. Andreeva, who won in straight sets, has been widely acclaimed since joining the tour at the age of 15.
Wow.
For Chwolinska, the loss ends a fairy tale run after entering ranked 114th in the world. On the men's side, Alexander Zverev, I don't know, beat Flavio Coballi in 5 sets. It marked Zverev's first Grand Slam title, despite his being ranked 3rd in the world and having notched 24 prior singles tournament wins since turning pro in 2013. In related news, Serena Williams returns to the court tomorrow, playing doubles with Canada's Victoria Mbako in the HSBC Championships. Considered one of the best tennis players of all time, Williams stepped away from tennis in 2022, but said she wanted to have her 2 young children watch her play.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
Can't you go out in the backyard and do that?
Well, I don't know. Maybe she wanted them to watch her play on the world stage.
Yeah, maybe so. Who knows? We got some memorable events that
All
happened on this date. In 1789, James Madison introduced 12 proposed amendments to the Constitution, which became the Bill of Rights. And then in 1861, the U.S. Sanitary Commission is given the executive approval to farm. So now they get to farm. And then in 1874, Apache Chief Cochise passes away. 1906, President Roosevelt signed the Antiquities Act, authorizing the President of the U.S. to restrict the use of certain parcels of public land with historical or conservation value. 1948, John Rudder becomes the first black commissioned officer in the United States Marine Corps.
Oh, really?
He actually was the first one in the regular Marine Corps.
What year was that?
That was 1948.
Really?
But in 1946...
Did he tell you what to do?
Probably. He actually resigned in 48.
Oh, really?
He got commissioned and he resigned.
Oh, be darn.
Actually, in the reserves, Frederick Branch was a black officer also. He commissioned in 1946. 1948 also, a handmade aluminum prototype labeled number 1 becomes the first vehicle to bear the name of what?
What year was this?
1948.
Jeep.
It was an aluminum prototype.
Jeep.
No.
Oh.
48. No, Jeep was out in World War II. So.
I don't know.
Porsche.
Yeah. Did they actually call them Jeeps when they were made, though, when they were first made?
I have no idea. I don't recall.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't think so. Maybe they did. I don't know. I'm not sure.
See, I don't know. I don't know if it was like this in the Marine Corps, but in the Air Force, we called, slick sleeves Jeeps.
Oh, yeah, we just called them privates.
Well,
it was just a private slick sleeve.
Yeah, but we called them, Airman Basic. But we called them, GP is general purpose.
Yeah.
Or anyway, we just called them Jeeps.
No, we didn't do that.
Huh.
Ours were more important, I guess. I don't know. I had to throw that out there.
Of course. Yeah.
1963, the American Heart Association becomes the first agency to campaign against smoking. I wish I would have listened. And then 1965, U.S. troops are ordered to fight offensively in Vietnam. And then last but not least, in 1966, the rival NFL and AFL announced they will merge. That was in 1966.
Yep.
So there you have it.
Well, let's see. The New York Knicks and San Antonio Spurs face off for Game 3 of the NBA Championships tonight at 7:30 with President Donald Trump slated to be in attendance.
First
Can
jump
you
shot.
imagine what the security will be like?
Yeah, what, 40,000 or 30,000? Everybody got in that place?
I don't know.
I don't know how many fits in there.
You mentioned the Super Mario Galaxy movie.
Yep.
It becomes the first 2026 film to cross the $1 billion revenue mark.
Wow.
Golden Tempo won the 158th Belmont Stakes weeks after winning the Kentucky Derby. So it was just one away from the...
Yeah, it didn't run in the second one, did it?
I don't know.
For some reason, I think I remember reading something about it didn't run in the second race. It was just,
I don't know.
For whatever reason.
Yeah. Pharma giant Eli Lilly says its triple agonist drug, a GLP-1 drug with added appetite suppression mechanisms, showed weight reductions of 25 to 30% with reductions in sleep apnea, knee osteoarthritis, and more.
Wow.
Oil and gas land auction in Alaska's National Wildlife Refuge closed with only about 72,000 of almost 700,000 acres leased. No major oil companies submitted bids.
Surprised me.
Researchers demonstrate plants can be used to produce pharmaceutical compounds in conditions simulating long-distance space travel.
Okay.
Stocks dropped sharply Friday. Boy, did they.
Yeah, they fell off the
Tanked,
table.
Yeah. As investors got anxious over AI chip companies, tech-heavy NASDAQ saw its worst day since last April. Google's going to pay SpaceX, which now owns XAI, roughly $920 million per month for access to its compute infrastructure.
Holy cow.
$30 billion deal runs through June of 2029.
Wow.
OPEC Plus agrees to raise target oil production by $188,000 a barrel. 188,000 barrels per day. Its fourth such increase since the Strait of Hormuz closed. Gas, I think, here in Sullivan was $3.85. Yeah.
Well, I went to the city last week, Friday.
Yeah.
And I saw $3.70 up that way.
Did you?
Yeah.
Cheapest I've got it lately is Springfield was $3.69.9, but Los Angeles Councilwoman Nithya Raman overtakes Spencer Pratt as vote counting continues. Mayor Karen Bass refers to Raman as her general election opponent. Yeah.
You bet.
Israel says it struck Iranian military targets yesterday after intercepting 10 missiles from Iran. Yesterday marked the first direct strikes between the two countries since April. And the Nigerian army says it freed 360 people held by Boko Haram on a mountain in northeastern Borno State. I thought we did away with Boko Haram.
I thought we did too. I guess not.
Guess not.
Well, firefighters, and I got to tell you, this is in China, by the way.
All right.
Were called to free a man from a washing machine.
Okay.
After his head became wedged in the drum while attempting to fix it. It took a team of 6 firefighters 40 minutes to rescue the man. You should just call the Maytag repairman.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, don't do it yourself. I'll tell you, it's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah. So I saw a meme that was showing Biden and some other Democrats, and it was, and there was a Spirit Airlines plane. Did you see that?
Yeah, I did.
We saved you from being taken over by
JetBlue.
JetBlue, you know. Well, had they been taken over by JetBlue, they might still, those pilots may
still have a job.
Staff might still have a job. Maybe, but yeah, we saved you.
Yeah, we saved you, all right.
Well, as Apple prepares to showcase its new artificial intelligence strategy at today's Worldwide Developers Conference, the company faces a critical test of whether new leadership and a revised approach can revive its AI ambitions, citing
anonymous sources.
Yes. Bloomberg reports that the effort followed a broader internal shakeup after a series of setbacks, with CEO Tim Cook taking a more active role in AI development. The changes elevated Mike Rockwell, the executive behind Vision Pro, who pushed for a stronger commitment to AI and ultimately assumed responsibility for Siri. And I saw this headline. That's what reminded me of the Spirit meme there. Global airlines cut their 2026 profit outlook on rising fuel costs. The global airline industry has slashed its 2026 profit forecast by almost 50%.
Wow.
Due to escalating fuel costs linked to Middle Eastern conflicts and disruptions in air travel routes. Reuters reports with average jet fuel prices expected to jump 70% year over year, the industry is now projected to earn a combined net profit of $23 billion in 2026. That's far below the earlier forecast of about $41 billion, and a decrease from $45 billion in 2025, according to a new report from the International Air Transport Association.
I'll take $4,500. I don't need $45 billion.
Yeah, well.
I'll take $45 million.
Yeah.
I could live real comfortable on what I got left.
Yeah.
With my luck, I'd live to be this gal here. We talked about this. I think I talked about it last week.
I think Friday. Yeah.
The Brazilian woman that turns 115 this month.
Yeah.
She, Beatriz Fiera Duarte, will be 115 on June the 21st. So
115.
If she makes it, congratulations. If you don't, congratulations on 114. It's fantastic.
Well, as banks increasingly adopt artificial intelligence, graduates entering the financial sector face challenges with job security and reduced entry-level positions. Bloomberg reports executives anticipate job cuts, particularly among junior analysts, while some firms are exploring AI to improve efficiency. Despite the changes, there are concerns about potential discrimination and layoffs and whether current job cuts are genuinely linked to AI. The future of hiring practices remains uncertain as banks navigate this transition.
AI. It's everything we turn around, you hear AI. Everybody's using it. I mean, it doesn't matter. It's just they are. It's a new tool, and everybody's using it.
Yeah.
So
I saw a thing, hadn't really thought about this, but, the Marine Corps has a ball.
Yeah.
The Army has a ball.
Sure.
The Navy has a ball. The Air Force has a ball. Now they're going to have space balls. I'm really excited about this. Spaceballs is one of my favorite movies.
I love that movie. I absolutely love it.
Speaking of Marines.
Yes.
Drake Beckett.
Yes.
Won.
He did win the race?
He won the race Saturday.
The Freedom 13 race?
Freedom 13 out there, yeah. He was the last man standing.
Yeah. Drake's the co-owner of Muddy Banks.
And he was the ramrod behind the race.
Yeah.
And he'd run them before, I guess.
Yeah.
But he was the last man standing.
Well, congratulations.
And when they were in here talking about it, I think they said they had about 50 contestants. I saw some video of it. There were men, women. There was a couple of guys that looked like me. I'm not sure they finished the first round. But I wasn't there.
I could have rode behind him.
Yeah.
On something motorized.
Golf cart.
Yeah, something motorized. I'm not going to do the bicycle thing. I can't do that. Congratulations, Drake.
Madison Square Garden will
Yuck.
be packed tonight when the Knicks host the Spurs in Game 3 of the NBA Finals. One of the New York Stars players thinks soaring ticket prices are ridiculous. There you go.
Yeah, and this was paid in his salary, though.
Knicks guard Josh Hart lamented the impact of $7,000 get-in prices on average fans. I kind of wish the ticket prices weren't as crazy as they are, Hart told reporters, noting that diehards would be priced out. The Knicks lead the series 2-0, and tickets to Wednesday's potential Game 4 clincher are going for more than $12,000.
Well, his brother can afford them, probably. Yeah, his brother is Kevin Hart. I'm joking, actually. You know that. You got one that's 6'8", and the other's 4'8", 5'3", I think he is. I don't know.
I don't know what he is. Let's see. OpenAI You're talking about AI?
Yeah, just AI everything.
OpenAI preparing to significantly revamp ChatGPT, aiming to transform it into a super app focused on coding tools and AI agents, the Financial Times reporting, citing
anonymous sources.
The shift is designed to attract more business customers and drive revenue growth ahead of an anticipated IPO. The upcoming changes will include a redesigned interface to facilitate user engagement with coding, image creation tools, and other apps. Over time, OpenAI aims to phase out prompts, betting its models will eventually understand what users want without being told.
Oh, boy.
that's good.
Skynet. Here you go. It's on its way, I'm telling you.
I'll just bring it up.
It'll take,
I didn't really know I needed to know this.
That's right. We do that all the time.
Yeah, that's true. Inflation, front of mind this week, especially after Friday's unexpected jobs blowout, gave the Fed about 172,000 reasons to raise interest rates. Even before Friday's surprise, Dallas Fed President Lori Logan said she's increasingly concerned that higher interest rates could be necessary later this year, and this week should provide Fed officials with even more data for their big decision, with two key inflation reports, the Consumer Price Index and the Producer Price Index, scheduled for release on Wednesday and Thursday, respectively. So on Wednesday, the Bureau of Labor Statistics will release the monthly Consumer Price Index for January, which measures inflation through the price of goods and services. On Thursday, the Bureau of Labor Statistics will be releasing the Producer Price Index for May. The gauge measures the change over time in prices charged by domestic producers for their output. And then on Friday, the University of Michigan will release June's preliminary Consumer Sentiment Index, which measures how Americans feel about current and future economic conditions.
Well, we got the wrong birthdays on this page.
What?
Yeah. 7th.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Well, I've got them here.
Okay. Well, I can start with these while you're getting those other ones.
All right, go ahead.
Robert Morris. And he was considered to be the first successful black lawyer in the United States. It was his birthday today.
Okay.
Thomas J. Higgins. He's a U.S. Army recipient of the Medal of Honor for his valor during the Civil War. Ida McKinley. You know who she is?
No.
That's President McKinley's wife. She was the 25th First Lady. Frank Wright. You ever hear him?
Frank Lloyd Wright.
Yeah. Well, that just says Frank right here, but it's who it is.
Is he the architect?
Yep.
Yeah.
Architect, considered the greatest architect of all time, who designed the Price Tower of Falling Water. I've seen pictures of both of those, but I've never seen the person.
Yeah, I've been in, and I can't remember what kind of church it is. It might be a Methodist church. I'm not sure. In Kansas City.
Oh,
but
really?
It's a Frank Lloyd Wright.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Building.
Yeah.
Robert Robinson Taylor. He was the first black student to enroll at the Massachusetts Institute of Technology, or MIT. Yep. Gordon McClendon. He was the radio broadcaster nicknamed the Maverick of Radio for perfecting the top 40 radio format on air in the 50s and 60s, and still here today at certain times. Barbara Bush. Barbara was the 41st First Lady of the United States. She was George H.W. Bush's wife. Just a classy lady, in my opinion. Jerry Stiller, half of the Stiller and Meara fame, comedian who played Frank Costanza on Seinfeld, and also the father of actor Ben Stiller.
Wasn't he the one that invented the man's ear?
That's it. That's exactly who it is.
And what was it?
I'm trying to think of it.
Festivus.
Festivus. Is that what it is? Festivus?
Yeah, Festivus for the rest of us.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. That's it. Joan Rivers.
Oh, yeah.
I was not a big Joan Rivers fan.
I liked her in Spaceballs.
Yeah, well, yeah, that was, yeah.
Well, she was the, what was it, Dot?
Yeah.
The robot?
Yeah, the robot, yep.
Yeah.
You knew who it was just by the voice.
Yes.
Nancy Sinatra.
Mm-hmm.
Nancy Sinatra is 86 today.
So her boots were made for walking.
That was her big claim to fame right there.
Yeah.
Scott Adams is 69 today. He's the illustrator who created Dilbert the comic strip.
Okay.
And then singer Boss Skaggs is 82. Actor Kathy Baker of Picket Fences is 76. Easy for somebody to say, but not me. Actor Sonia Braga, 76. Singer Bonnie Tyler is 75. Actor Griffin Dunn is 71. Actor-director Keenan Ivory Waynes, 68. Singer Mick Hucknall of Simply Red is 66. Keyboardist Nick Rhodes of Duran is 64. Singer Doris Parson, a 5-star, is 60. Actor Juliana Margulies. Yeah, that makes sense. Of The Good Wife and ER is 59. Actor Dan Futterman, Judging Amy, is 59. Actor David Sutcliffe, Private Practice and Gilmore Girls, is 57. Actor Kent Falcon, Tyler Perry's For Better or Worse, is 56. Singer Nikki Gilbert of Brownstone is 56. Actor Kelly Williams of The Practice is 56. Actor Mark Feuerstein, West Wing and Good Morning Miami, is 55. Guitarist Mike Scherzer of Mercy Me is 51. That's that movie that I saw, the group of Mercy Me that
you saw.
Can only imagine.
Second one.
Saw both of them now.
Yeah, have you seen both?
Amazing movies.
I haven't seen the second one.
Oh, they're great movies. I actually like the second one better than the first one. I lost my place here.
Somebody from Mercy Me or something.
Yeah. Actor Eon Bailey of Once Upon a Time is 50. Rapper Yee, formerly Kanye West, is 49. TV personality Mariana Minosis, 48. Singer-songwriter Sturgill Simpson is 48. Guitarist Derek Trucks of Allman Brothers Band is 47. Singer Alex Band is of The Calling is 45. I almost said his calling, but answer the phone. Fiddler Sarah Watkins of Nickel Creek is 45. Actor Torrey DeVito, Pretty Little Liars, is 42. That's it.
All right. Well, I found my story.
Oh, okay, good.
Anybody with an IQ above room temperature is at least slightly bothered by the fact that elections in California take about 1,000 times longer to count than France's, India's, Ecuador, or Florida's. And the result always seems to swing just as Democrats would like, especially after the past few years of, quote, reforms.
Yes.
Not Kristen Welker, though. New York Post says a visibly agitated President Trump stormed off his interview with NBC News' Meet the Press. I thought it was
okay, you said, 60 minutes.
Meet the Press after a testy exchange with a reporter who grilled him over his claims that the 2020 election was stolen from him. Trump lashed out at moderator Kristen Welker after she insisted he failed to provide a shred of evidence about his disputed accusations that the 2020 election was rigged against him or that the elections in California are subject to malfeasance. You're a one-sided crooked network, Trump fumed during the interview, which aired Sunday. Let's call it quits because I've had enough. Thank you, darling. Have a good time. Welker pleaded with Trump to continue, recalling how she trekked over to Wisconsin for the interview, but the president was done. Welker seemed especially put out that she had to step foot in flyover country.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Well,
let's talk about, like we said earlier, let's talk about things that are happening now.
Yeah. So, happy birthday to Sarah Vasali today. Rain's coming down pretty hard again. Some anniversaries that I have. Russ and Donna Stein celebrating 52 years today. David and Tina Lawrence, 41. And Ricky and Nicole Kottner celebrating their 13th wedding anniversary today.
Happy birthday and happy anniversary to them all.
Yep. All right, we are coming up on 9 o'clock, and it's time for the news and then the for sale show. Then I think I'm scheduled to, I've lost my thing, but
it's
scheduled to talk to the North Crawford County Ambulance District Chief Jeremy Statina. So stay tuned. It was 71 degrees. We are KTUI AM 1560 in Sullivan. Here's the news.
Breaking news this hour from Town Hall. I'm Rich Thomason. Israel and Iran have exchanged more fire, raising fears that the delicate ceasefire could completely unravel, although Now, the Iranian military is saying we're all done, at least for the time being.
Iran's Joint Command said Monday it was halting its offensive operations after Israel and Iran exchanged fire in the first attack since the U.S. struck a ceasefire with Iran 2 months ago. The military says that if Israel or its supporters carry out any further, quote, aggression and hostile acts, including in southern Lebanon, then, quote, much more severe and crushing measures than before will follow. In a post on X, Israel's education minister says schools across Israel will remain closed for a second day due to the attacks. I'm Bernie Bennett.
Anxious to make a deal that would end the fighting, President Trump has urged both sides to hold their fire. Israel has been striking Iranian proxy Hezbollah in Lebanon, while Iran has been firing into Israel. The NYPD holding a suspect in a series of stabbings at New York's Penn Station last night. Half-dozen people injured. Security is being tightened ahead of President Trump's visit to Madison Square Garden, which is above Penn Station, for tonight's Game 3 of the NBA Finals. Police in Toledo, Ohio, searching for suspects following a weekend mass shooting at a crowded street festival.
12 people were struck with bullets. That's what we have right now. 2 of them critical. We're processing the scene. We do have some evidence, and we're following up on some leads.
Toledo's Deputy Police Chief Joe Hefferman. Magnitude 7.8 earthquake has rocked the southern Philippines, killing at least 32 people, most of the deaths blamed on an earthquake-induced landslide. More than 200 people injured. On Wall Street, the Dow is up 170 points, the Nasdaq trading 212 points higher. More on these stories at townhall.com.
Just hearing the word IRS can make people break out in a cold sweat. No one wants to deal with the IRS, and now you don't have to. The good news is Legal Tax Defense has been successfully negotiating with the IRS for more than 15 years. It doesn't matter how much you owe, whether it's $5,000 or $5 million. You deserve the best in the business on your side, and that is Legal Tax Defense. Even if you're working with someone else and just want a second opinion, there is no cost or obligation to call. They can prevent levies, liens, wage garnishments, even file back tax returns. And the best news about Legal Tax Defense is they won't take your case unless they know they will reduce or eliminate your tax debt. Call Legal Tax Defense right now for a free, no-risk consultation. 800-292-7875. 800-292-7875. You have nothing to lose but everything to gain. 800-292-7875.
Nigeria's government orders a crackdown on a powerful terrorist group.
The Nigerian army said that it freed 360 people abducted by Boko Haram in southern Borno. That's in the northeastern part of the country. The operation, according to the army statement, was conducted in the Dar Mountains, which form part of the militant group's stronghold. It resulted in the release of several people, including children, who had been abducted across different communities in Borno. The statement said 2 infants died during their prolonged captivity. Audio courtesy of the Nigerian army. I'm Haya Panjwani.
Chinese President Xi has arrived in Pyongyang. It's his first visit to North Korea in 7 years. It's likely meant to reassert his influence over North Korea, which has been moving closer to Russia in recent years. Xi's 2-day visit starts today, expected to hold a summit with North Korean dictator Kim Jong-un. News and analysis, townhall.com. Could work requirements lift more public aid recipients out of poverty? There's a new study takes a closer look at that question.
Research by Casey Mulligan, an economist with the Department of Health and Human Services, finds adding work requirements to Medicaid could lift between 1.6 and nearly 3 million people out of poverty. The study says families could see incomes rise by more than $12,000 as more recipients enter the workforce. Supporters argue work rules encourage self-sufficiency and stronger labor participation. Ken Lorman reporting.
Apple is expected to unveil new artificial intelligence features at its annual developers conference, which gets underway later today. It is the final worldwide developers conference. It will feature Tim Cook as CEO. He'll be turning over the CEO reins to John Turnus, that in September. More on these stories at townhall.com.
All right, it is 5 minutes past the hour of 9 o'clock. We're just watching the rain come down here. Let's see, it is 73 degrees here at the studios. Weather forecast here on KTUI is brought to you by the folks at Lacey Mobile Glass. They are your only local auto glass company. If you need an estimate, all you have to do is call Mark Lacey, 573-259-1248. Partly sunny skies for us today. Well, not yet. 70% chance of showers and thunderstorms. I'd call this 100% chance here. They're saying it's going to quit before noon. High is going to be around 82 degrees. Partly cloudy tonight. 30% chance of showers and thunderstorms. Low around 69. Mostly sunny tomorrow. 30% chance of showers between 8 a.m. and 10 a.m. High near 89. Heat index as high as 100 tomorrow. Mostly clear tomorrow night. Low around 72. Sunny on Wednesday. High near 91. Mostly clear on Wednesday night. 30% chance of showers and thunderstorms after 1 a.m., low around 72, and then mostly sunny on Thursday. 60% chance of showers, possibly a thunderstorm after 1 p.m., high near 89. Right now I'm showing 73 degrees here at the studios of KTUI, and out at Sullivan Regional Airport, they're actually showing 75 degrees. So it is time for the For Sale Show. I don't have much in the my list of items for the For Sale Show, so if you're going to call, you need to call quickly here, 468-5101, 573-468-5101, or you can send me a text message, 573-677-1001. You can always email me, forsale@ktui.com. That's the number 4 sale, or you can spell it out, FOR sale at KTUI.com. All right, a woman called and said that she had a water stock tank, a metal one and a plastic one. She also had a hay ring, wanted $150 a piece for them, and also a feeder kettle trough for $150. Fresh Farm eggs for sale. Her number is 573-241-3967. 573-241-3967. Then a lady called and said that she was looking for a 54-inch mower deck for a Cub Cadet Zero Turn. She also had a couple of fiddles, $200 a piece. They also come with a bow and a case. Then she had some hearing aids and a charger, $60, 573-764-4435. 573-764-4435. All right, that's all I've got for you for the For Sale Show here this morning. Going to let you listen to this from the folks at Jerry's TV Sales and Service. When I get back, I'll take a look at some community bulletin board items, so stay tuned here to KTUI.
Pre-wash clothes and other items right in the washer with a convenient built-in water faucet that gives you easy access to an instant water stream. A Whirlpool top-load washer with a 360 wash agitator keeps clothes moving to provide a thorough clean in a variety of water levels.
For mattresses, furniture, flooring, and appliances, see the folks at Jerry's TV and Home Furnishings at 375 West Springfield in Sullivan, or call 468-4300.
All right, so Mike's telling me that there was a accident, I guess. What'd you say, a tractor trailer? I don't know where he went. But at the 220 in the westbound lanes, so be careful if you're out there. If you're out there doing anyway, right here in front of the station, we're on Elmont Road, and people are pushing water as they go by here. It's slinging out both sides. I saw a tractor trailer go by, about wash a little car off the road here. So it's coming down pretty hard. There's a lot of water out there, and I don't know if we've gotten enough for flash flooding, but if you're in one of those areas that does that, you know it, and be careful out there. All right. Summer music experience, concert, band, and choir coming up June 10th at the Sullivan High School Theater from 9:30 to 10:30 a.m. And then Sullivan Sports Booster Annual Golf Tournament coming up this Friday, June 12th at the Sullivan Golf Course. Tournament will be held rain or shine. Registration at 7:30, tee off at 8:30. 8th Annual Bourbon Barbecue Festival coming up on Saturday, June 13th in Bourbon. Says bring your lawn chairs, enjoy 4 hours of entertainment with Dalton Harper. Over 110 vendors are scheduled to be there. Silent auction, free kitty corner, lots of barbecue. This is a people's choice competition. That means you get to sample the barbecue and vote on, who you think is the best. So this is this is a barbecue competition where you actually get to eat the barbecue. There is an electronics, appliance, and tires recycling collection coming up Saturday, 8 a.m. to noon in the Brewer Science parking lot. That's anything with a cord or a battery-operated, residential items only. There is a disposal fee for certain things like TVs and, computer monitors, refrigeration appliances with Freon, printers, things like that, tires rims removed or rims still on, all kinds of stuff. It's at High Point Industrial Park at I-44 exit 189, Highway V. That's at 2401 Brewer Drive in Rolla, and it's 8 a.m. to noon on Saturday. Then there's another one coming up in Bourbon, and this will be 9 a.m. to noon on June 27th at 555 Elm Street in Bourbon. The eligible counties for these, since it's MRPC, is Crawford, Dent, Gasconade, Marys, Phelps, Pulaski, Washington. Holy Martyrs of Japan Church Picnic coming up on Sunday, June 14th, sponsored by First State Community Bank. Great family fun for all, live music, chicken and ham dinners for just $15 for adults. Food served 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. in the air-conditioned hall. Takeout dinners are available. They got bingo, beer stand, country store, children's games, horse and wagon rides, silent auction, a fish stand, and the Battle of the Community Tug of War tournament will be going on out there. If you'd like to get your team registered, get a hold of Tanya Voss, VossT3434 at gmail.com. Now, your team has to have at least one female, and there is a 1,200-pound limit for the team, not the female. It's going to be a 16-team tournament, $20 per person to sign up, and the winner gets the bragging rights. This is at Holy Martyrs of Japan Church on Sunday, June 14th. Walking with Grief every Tuesday in June, 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. Anyone from the community is welcome, not only those served by BJC Hospice. If you'd like more information, get a hold of Lily Hompa at 573-205-2425. Ozark Actors Theater announced its production of The Addams Family as part of their 2026 professional main stage season. This musical adaptation of the classic Addams Family franchise will be directed by local actress and Broadway performer Taylor Louderman, who made her stage debut at the Ozark Actors Theater in 2001 at the age of 10 in Annie. Performances will run June 11th through June 28th in Rolla. The production sponsored by Phelps County Bank. Tickets are available through the Ozark Actors Theater. Go to their website or by calling the box office at 573-364-9523. Shop with the Hero Barbecue coming up this Friday at the Owensville Police Department. First plate served at 11 a.m. They've got pork steaks and brats and pork burgers. The Crawford Electric Charity Golf Tournament coming up Friday, June 19th. Gerald Lions Club doing their second annual fireworks celebration. This one's celebrating America's 250th anniversary. That'll be June 20th, 9:30 p.m. But they've got food trucks starting at 6:30 p.m., concessions, all kinds of stuff. 598 East Bittersweet Drive in Gerald. Hot August Nights, third annual Billy Parker Cruise-In memory of Billy Parker Jr. Put this on your calendar. It's August 22nd in downtown Sullivan. Merrimack Community Fair 19th Annual Gospel Night is coming up on Tuesday, June 23rd. Doors open at 6 at the Performing Arts Theater, and the concert starts at 7. And looks like the Lefevre Quartet and Final Authority will be performing there. If you'd like more information, go to MerrimackCommunityFair.com. Fourth Friday Fish Fry. They've got one more coming up on June 26th. This is the Leesburg Village Community Center, brought to you by the Leesburg Revitalization Organization, and that will be June 26th. And the 93rd Annual Grape and Fall Festival is coming up in St. James, September 10th through the 12th. On Thursday, they're going to have the Faster Horses performing. Then on Friday, Jordan Isaacson. And on Saturday, the House Band. 9th Annual Bourbon Car Show coming up Saturday, September 19th. Put that on your calendar. And then you can rent the Harney Mansion. The mansion and the grounds are available for rent. Perfect setting for small weddings, showers, family reunions. It has a full kitchen with appliances, nice bathrooms, large grounds, tables, and seating for 50. Rates are $100. That's the minimum rate. That gets you 4 hours. After that, it's $25 an hour. If you'd like to reserve your time, call Ken, 573-259-4422. 573-259-4422. Bingo at the Knights of Columbus Hall in Cuba. And that is every Thursday night at 6:15 p.m. If you'd like more information, go to cubakfc.org. And the Mid-Ozarks Veterans Coffee Talk with your host, Stu Rauscher. There's free donuts, coffee, and information on veterans benefits. They do this every other Monday at the Cuba Senior Center. If you're interested, get a hold of Stu. Find out which Monday they're on at lazyr@live.com. lazyr@live.com. Maybe you'd like to sponsor it. Somebody's got to buy the coffee and the donuts, right? So if you'd like to be a sponsor, get a hold of Stu, lazyr@live.com. Take Off Pounds Sensibly, or TOPS, is a nonprofit weight loss support organization. They meet in Sullivan's on Thursday evenings at the Anchor Church at the corner of Springfield and Cumberland. They weigh in at 5. The meeting starts at 5:30. Your first visit to any TOPS meeting is free. The group in Cuba, they meet on Tuesday mornings. They weigh in at 9, and the meeting starts at 10 o'clock. They meet in the small building around behind the Knights of Columbus Hall in Cuba. And you can go to tops.org for more information. That's all I've got. If you'd like to get something on the community bulletin board for your not-for-profit group or civic organization, then all you have to do is get it to me here somehow. You can mail it to me, send it to Community Bulletin Board, care of KTUI Radio, P.O. Box 99, Sullivan, Missouri, 630-80-0099. You can drop it off. We're located at 900 Elmont, right across the street from First Assembly of God, and we're right next door to Dollar General, in the same building as Watson's Florist. And what else can you do? You can email it to me, send it to news@ktui.com, or you can text it to me. A lot of people just take a picture of a flyer and text it to me at 573-677-1001. All right, I think that's it. That's all I'm going to have for today. I'll be back with you tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. It's now 19 minutes past the hour of 9 o'clock. And let's see, 73 degrees here at the studios. Let's see if the airport's still saying 75 here. Well, if it comes up here, yeah, still saying 75 out at Sullivan Regional Airport. All right, happy birthday to Sarah Vasali. Happy anniversary to David and Tina Lawrence, Donna and Russell Stein, and Ricky and Nicole Kottner. As always, I would ask that you would please say a prayer for the leadership of our country, the men and women who protect this great nation of ours, all of our local healthcare workers and first responders. Find a blood drive somewhere, go to redcrossblood.org or download the app to your phone. You can also be an organ donor. And Mike Gallagher is up next here on KTUI. Stay tuned.
800-900-8000. This kit includes critical information for investors with a retirement account seeking to own gold and silver, but want to do it tax and penalty free. Advantage Gold has helped investors protect and secure their wealth with physical gold and silver since 2014. Call Advantage Gold now at 800-900-8000 and we'll rush your emergency gold and silver kit plus a free copy of Ken Rogoff's book, Our Dollar, Your Problem. See how gold and silver